Hey everyone, and welcome to our first ever Glory Days of Gold live stream. It's a big game. It's decision day in Scottish League One. You can keep your Super League. This is all that matters. And it really does for East Fife. It's a big game tonight against Airdrie. We're going to be watching along to the game. If I can get the stream to work on East Fife TV, because right now it's causing some issues on my TV, but the other guys can watch along, that's the main thing. I'm Michael McCall, and I'm joined tonight by my usual co-host, Lee Gillis.
How we doing, everyone?
And from our fan zone, you'll know them by their voices. Now you can see their beautiful faces. We've got Doug Purry.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're well.
Gordon Henderson.
Hello.
And we're joined by a superstar in the making. He's got the look. You might know him from the songs that we've played as well. You may also know him as PG Charletta, but for tonight, he's going to be plain old Phil Charletta. Welcome to the show, Phil.
Good evening.
So, how you all feeling going into this one, guys?
Nervous.
Yes, I think it'll be a close game here, so hopefully get a narrow victory.
By a superstar. Yeah, so you guys just talk amongst yourself for a couple of minutes, just what you're expecting. I want to try and get this shared out on the social media. So Lee, you talk away.
I was going to say, I'm loving the fact that we've been out in the pitch for about 3 minutes and Airdrie they're scared. They're scared to come into battle with us.
Yeah, I think they've just been watching the stream before they came out, so.
I would love to be able to see them on the pitch, because just now I've got bugger all through East Fife TV, so...
Are you going to sound that?
I've got a frozen picture, because they're trying a new thing tonight on East Fife TV, which is they're trying a new stream that kind of is just 8 seconds off the play. Pixelot's about 40 seconds behind the live action. Unfortunately, when you go into it on the web browser on the TV, it's playing both streams at work at once, which has now absolutely fucked up my internet connection. So now none of them's playing. So, yeah, we'll see how all of that goes. Oh, also, for anyone watching, swearing goes tonight. We're going to be swearing. There's no doubt about that. So feel free. If you're easily offended, you probably want to turn off now. But if you're easily offended while you're watching a live East Fife stream, I just want to... I'll get the teams up just now, just while we are waiting for the game to kick off.
So, kicked off.
Here's the East Fife stream.
On that.
Oh. We'll stop this now. I'll let you guys just talk a little bit amongst yourselves while I try and sort my stream out.
Aggie in, Swinger penned in. Yeah, I must be
I think you're ahead, Lee.
Nothing's behind, like. That also be problems.
Lee, what do you make of the lineup, quickly?
Lineup good. Glad to see Cole McKinnon back in the team.
Left back.
Sean Brown, he's going to score his first goal just now. I feel it. Maybe not. There's Wallace.
Oh, I'm not loving how far ahead you are, Lee.
Yeah, I'm the corner's literally going in right now. All right, okay. Well, in terms of the lineup, obviously starting with Brett, who's been outstanding. Dungy, who we thought was going to come in for the suspended Craig Watson anyway. Dunlop and Higgins, two of the best centre-backs that you could ask for at this level. Pat Slattery back in as well. So, no, looking like a decent lineup. Like I say, my only concern tonight is Sean Brown up front. We've not really seen the best of him yet. So, if there was ever a night we needed him to turn up, that's it.
Nah, this is his chance, though, Lee. This is his chance.
Yeah. He could.
What more could you want?
Folklore tonight.
The winner gets into the Super League, do they know?
I don't think that's going to be happening. The Super League's League One anyway, let's be honest. Although, to be honest, I'd be quite happy to get out of this Super League and into the Championship, but we'll see how we go.
The Super League.
I noticed as well that Airdrie fans are making out that this is like the first time that he's dropped the Tam Rab and is it a Uruguayan dude or something, Sabiatini here? Because I think Airdrie fans are almost making out that it was like he was being made to play them.
Right.
I think they're both on the bench tonight.
Yeah, also former Fifer Craig Thompson on the bench tonight, which I was quite surprised to see.
Yeah,
I think he's been coming on as a sub, I think. Super sub.
Yeah. Good player, Craig. Really good player.
Yep.
Didn't he get a game for his 5, did he?
No, I don't think him and Darren got on well, but
was he not in the quick but no much else bracket?
Just like Lee at 5-a-side.
That's definitely not quick.
Yeah, that can't be right.
Quick to the pie stand.
I'm going to have to try and stream this on my phone because it's just completely not working on the TV. I don't understand why East 5 decide to try something out in one of the biggest games of the year, but it's absolutely fucked up on my TV. One stream won't play, which is the normal stream. The new low latency stream that they're doing, it keeps starting and stopping. And I've got really strong fibre optic broadband.
Corner airdrop.
Yeah, it's a corner airdrop. You just need to get yourself in. Do you get teletext across in Canada?
I think I'm going to need it.
Bonus, I would genuinely be happy to see this play out as a draw.
I'd take a draw.
Oh my God.
I think if it gets to that, like we said last week, I think it gets near the end, you might find that happens depending on what's happening at Lynx Park. As it stands, we're finishing 4th. Great.
Well, I mean, the big thing is, as you mentioned in the last show, Doug, it's like vital to make the top 5 no matter what, because financially for the club, who is really going to pay for streams if we're in the bottom 5? There's no risk of relegation. It's like I don't feel obliged to get up at 7 a.m. to watch those games. So top 5 financially they need. There'll be so many takers. Whatever the 2 home games end up being, you're going to get so many buy-ins from the fans of those teams.
Was it 50 folk paid for the Peterhead stream?
Yeah.
Probably a bit.
Yeah, and that was a game that meant something.
Fans.
Yeah.
One
yeah, you get.
Sorry.
Hopefully,
I think it's difficult though because there's been quite a few instances where people have paid for the stream at home and it's not been very good. Do you know what I mean? And it's been a quite expensive little. If you've not got a season ticket, imagine these last 2 or 3 weeks. You'll have been spending 50 quid a week on East 5 games. Oh.
Okay, I've got it working on my phone finally. And as soon as I said that, it stopped.
Mike, I'm loving your tech dialogue. It's really, on behalf of everyone, it's riveting.
No real chances so far, Mike.
No, you're not really missing anything.
Yeah, this is an absolute shambles on East 5 TV because it's like all the streams are freezing.
Is Airdrie Strip the most iconic in Scotland, apart from Celtic?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, a traditional Dumbarton strip's quite iconic, but Airdrie's pretty unique.
But Airdrie have never gone away from it.
No. We've got a really nice traditional strip this year as well.
I wonder if somewhere Stevie Campbell's like shaking his fist at us for saying that.
Can we just get a quick kind of timestamp just so I know where everyone is? I've just hit the 6-minute mark.
6:05.
Yeah, I'm on 5:58.
So we're all round about the same.
Phil, if you tap your stream and then the red button at the bottom should be saying live. If you click that'll take you to where we are. Just must be that tinky Kirkcaldy internet.
All right, the live at the bottom.
Yeah. There we go. That's a great ball.
Oh no.
Oh, you're so ahead, Lee.
Yeah, you are, Lee.
No,
all right. No, I'm beside Lee now. It is a great ball.
I've just had a shot.
He's just better at the bar.
The bomber.
And it was like
it's the last ball he's going to get on the end of all night.
Ah,
it was a good ball if he just controlled the finish. You never know, but
it's games like this with Miss Kev, just that ability to maybe hold the ball up a wee bit. It's totally noticeable when he's not in the team.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Jack Hamilton. I'm sure Ryan Moss played for Airdrie at one point as well. I'm sure.
He
got sacked for fighting in the car park for Airdrie.
Got his
fight. There's a fight over somebody's girlfriend, either his girlfriend or somebody else, and 2 players had a punch up in the car park.
Yes. I love him even more now.
You just know he started it as well.
They were fighting over Lee's love.
Who can blame them?
Is that where he won it? He won that fight. He won your love.
Oh,
Another corner.
Ed Woodward has resigned from Manchester United. For anybody that is,
Oh, wow.
well, that's
This could be good. We could have lots of breaking news on this show tonight.
Super League. There's a lot
Just
of
shut them all down.
teams going at the Super League.
Chuck them at the league. That's got to be one of the most
in my life.
stupid decisions in football. Just within days, it's just like, nah, completely climbed down, resigned.
I think you saw it coming though, like there's with the overseas influence in the game, they're all wanting that sort of franchise model with low risk, guaranteed money every year, but it's just proper greed. It just doesn't make sense. Basically turn it into the NFL.
Come on.
They're trying to turn it into what MLS is here because it's a closed
That's
shop.
a goal, eh?
Oh,
It's just a throw in here. I don't know.
Oh, come
referee.
on, ref. That's a yellow card.
yellow card, aye.
Who's the ref tonight?
Right, we need to work out how to gag Lee.
Yeah.
Because
We've got-
Lee was the one that was worried
about.
about me being ahead.
We've got a baldy ref. Pixelot is going to be following him around.
Oh, no.
Aye, holding ref.
Right, Aggie, let's go.
Every time I hear Pixelot, I just think it's like some Toy Story movie or something. But I know that's Pixar.
I just
Right,
think,
Lee, tell us what happens before it happens.
I think
That was a good ball.
Yeah.
That was a good ball. That was a good ball.
I think
Look,
when you're...
I'm going to try and not say anything, but if we score,
That'll be tough.
You just see that big red face celebrating, it'll give it away, I think.
Aye, pretty much.
Exactly. Either that or you're trying to squeeze out a wee Joby.
I don't think our listeners would like to see me taking my laptop to the toilet.
It's when we finish the stream and Lee forgets to turn off the webcam and then we get some steamy action with Rachel later on tonight.
Oh, that should be 5 wins, like.
All right, so sorry, Lee, you're out of luck.
Story of my life, mate. Come on.
I'm going to try this new, because now they're both working, I'm going to try this new low latency stream, which is at 11 minutes, so that puts me ahead of Lee.
Oh, that's just selfish.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm 10 minutes 26, 27.
Oh, I'm at 11:10.
I'm
10:37.
10:40.
So I won't say anything. I'll be better than Lee at this, but then I don't want Lee being ahead of me because it spoils it for me. Just like I spoiled it for everyone when we did this on Sunday.
Michael's at full time. We've finished 6th, and we've got Peter head away on Saturday.
Oh, a terrible, terrible own goal from Pat Slattery. It's like, for him to make that mistake.
Yeah, there's still no goals in any of the other games.
In response to some social media activity, hello Methyl Major, glad to see that you're listening. The likelihood of me jizzing my pants when Ryan Wallace touches the ball is high, but it'll be full on ejaculation if he scores.
Wait, is this on Twitter?
Yes, on our Twitter feed.
Oh, also I should mention, you can leave comments in the chat. I'll be jumping in and out of the chat on YouTube sporadically and checking all this as well.
Don't forget to ask Phil why at nearly 30 years old he chose to wear a Burberry cap and why he is just a shit Jerry Cinnamon. So feel free to ask as many questions as you want.
Yeah.
Bring it on. Bring it on. It's a plug at the end of the day.
I was letting everyone over here know that we had a Scottish musical superstar on the show. I think a few folk were expecting Simon from Biffy Clyro, but it's the next best thing.
Or they're wondering what instrument Gordon plays.
The pipe.
Folks going to tune in thinking they're watching a Take That live watch along.
Also, for anyone who is interested, you'd probably be surprised to know that it's Gordon that's the one that swears the most during the podcast. He looks such a nice young man. Actually, he's a bam. He's got issues.
Yeah, deep-seated anger issues.
Yeah, you should actually have Phil's hat on.
What a debut does for you.
To be fair, the shout of the show wasn't even when we were recording live. It was Doug referring to Phil as Rab McGlinchey from Two in the Fat as our resident BAM and our BAM translator. So, yeah, that was outstanding, Papa.
The methyl BAM.
Yeah. Apologies, Phil. I've never met you, so it's a bit hard.
It's not anything that isn't true.
I see Edward's got a nice collection of wooden fans across there.
There's nothing worse. I have to pass Starks Park every day at work, which upsets me greatly. But they've got the same behind one of their goals. There's about 10 of them. It looks terrible.
Is it Hibs that have got all the kangaroos? Some Hibs fans in Australia paid for like 30 kangaroos sitting behind the goal.
We signed an Australian player, and they just decided to get some kangaroos pitched up.
Nice.
And the point is clubs like Clyde and Airdrie, their stadiums are massive in comparison to what they need. I mean, how is that even justifiable?
This is back in the old 10,000 seat days. They needed to build it, and then almost
I
went bust.
actually feel sorry for them, and that's terrible. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Wraith are the same. They don't need 10,000.
Yeah,
but they had to.
Well, the way they're going, they might.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The less said about that, the better, gents.
Corner to Adrian.
I think Wraith average about 1,000 to 2,000 a game probably now.
I finally tweeted out all the links on all 3 Twitter accounts, so I'm like, I can enjoy the game, and then I look at my phone.
Montrose have scored 1-0 Montrose.
No.
That's not good.
Oh, God.
It was at that moment everything started to go wrong.
That's away for another corner.
Heart started beating out my mouth.
Wonder if there's going to be
the first corner or the second corner, who knows?
What if we're going to get updates coming from the bench to the players as this gets on? Because just now, both teams just seem happy, just kind of knocking it about a little bit. There's not a lot of urgency from either side.
I think there's bound to be a point, like we said last week, if Montrose go 2 or 3-0 up, I think the managers will have spoken about this. I genuinely do. I think
just agreed to draw now.
With 20 minutes to go, I know, but I think with 20 minutes to go, I reckon if Montrose are 2-0 up, I genuinely think it wouldn't surprise me to see that. It would be quite funny.
Yeah, we need a live table on the screen,
Oh, I can sort that out. Just give me a sec, because I can't watch the game right now because everything's frozen and everything's down.
Adrian's on 27, Montrose on 27. Adrian's with a superior goal difference at 5.
Ooh.
Ewan Masson on Twitter. Doug looks like what you would get if you tried to buy Leon Wish.
If you what?
If you tried to buy Leon Wish. Oh. That's what we're laughing there. A good chance for Adrian. Brett's done well to turn that.
I don't know if anyone can see this, but the stream has gone down on East 5 TV.
Good job.
And universally, or just across the pond?
Universally, it says their media is offline.
They're
having a mare.
I would suggest a very, very strongly worded email to East 5 if that continues for you, Michael.
Yep, I'll be wondering why they're doing a test on a game like this. I've got the low latency stream back now, though. It's just their standard stream that's gone down, so I'm back.
Why do we persist with this long ball?
Go on.
The right back was in there.
That long ball was fine. It was just badly played.
We had time. Why
I know, but he had two against one. If he got that out to the left, it would have been all right. He just didn't.
He's kind of got Ryan Wallace playing left wing.
Yeah, that's been the last. He did that on Saturday as well. He was left of the 3. Well done.
Oh, long ball over the top. Oh, it's a close one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
And there was
left
such an
foot
easy ball inside as well.
Yellow card for Dunsmore.
Oh, please be Dunsmore. Is it?
17 minutes. He's lost a bit of speed there.
Was that Dunsmore?
Yeah.
I'll go on record now. If he gets sent off tonight, he's gone.
4 things are certain in life: life, death, taxes, and a Dunsey yellow.
Pointless yellow as well. No need for it.
I was the ball with the game. The ball was already away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've not said that very often this year. That's crazy, man. It didn't. To be fair, it didn't look that bad. But...
It wasn't, but it was so late.
It was stupid.
There's
No
another
choice.
ball.
Corner.
Oh Christ! I'm at the halfway line.
Fucking hell.
That was a good ball from Agnew, I must say.
Yeah.
It's a shy.
There's the live league table as we currently stand. We're still 4th. So
an Airdrie goal at the moment puts us in.
An Airdrie goal and
6th.
puts us in 6th, yeah. Of course, an East Fife goal puts us 2 points off top where it currently stands.
I mean, who would put money on that?
Only a crazy person. Get back to our beautiful faces now.
Little message from Donald Perry. I'm loving the One Direction reunion. Harry has not aged well. I'm going to guess by Gordon because he's the only one in here with voluptuous locks. So,
and rugged good looks, surely.
Well, yeah, there is that as well.
What's this button on Airdrie TV?
What was that, buddy?
There's a button in the middle of the screen called clipping.
I think that's to save. It's like to save. I don't know. I see that on Pixel all the time. Don't know if it's like record clips or something.
Michael, do you have maybe a wee resemblance to Jim Corr of the Corrs?
I don't have sexy sisters.
Well, I know that was always the thing when we were at school. It was would you have a piece of Jim Corr to have a piece of his sisters?
Yes.
That was the
You got to go through Jim first.
What a fucking
big Jim.
That would leave you breathless.
I got a message yesterday. It was about the Super League thing, and I thought it was brilliant. It said Tottenham Hotspur being asked to join the Super League is the equivalent of me at the Crucible putting 50p on the table.
I did like that one.
They have won about one trophy in about 50 years. So,
well, that's the thing though. You look at the 6 clubs, the big 6, and 4 of them aren't in the top 4 just now.
Well
yeah, that's the hardest, but especially on the likes of West Ham and Leicester City. You know, they're 3rd and 4th in the league, worked hard all year, and fast forward 3-4 years, and you'll get nowhere near the top competition. Nonsense.
I mean, if they formed a Super League, I reckon it'd just be a disaster. I reckon it'd benefit almost everyone that got left behind.
I think so too, because they're going to lose fans that are going to go and watch probably their local teams like League One, League Two, maybe even non-league teams. I mean, you saw what happened when the Glazers took over with FC United forming.
These clubs think they're more powerful than everyone else put together, and they're absolutely not. You see it with the Old Firm. It's like, well, why don't you just go away, play yourself 36 times a season, and see how you get on?
Your internet quality is terrible, Doug. No, yeah. The ironic thing is, like, over here, folk are wanting MLS to have promotion and relegation because it's a closed shop. They let in additional teams every now and again, but it's a closed shop. And folk are saying, oh, well, you want promotion and relegation. Now these teams are basically wanting to follow the MLS model where you can't get into it. The only thing about MLS, though, is there's a salary cap and there's parity. So any team can win it any season. So no one runs away with it. It's actually quite enjoyable.
Yeah, it makes it a decent competition.
Yeah.
Wow.
So again, I'll do another quick time thing for everyone. I'm at 22 and a half.
22.
Yeah,
22 now.
Good. So I'm back on the fast stream. East Fife TV, I was slagging them off, but credit to them, they put an apology up at the bottom saying that they're really apologising for the drops in transmission, but it should be fixed now.
Happy days. Well done, UFTV.
Still not one.
My brother,
one clear chance on goal.
My brother has put a question for the panel. Who is the best opposition player we've seen against East Fife this season?
Fraser Fivey.
Fraser Fivey?
Yeah.
It's a good shout.
I would have said Mitch Megginson.
Joe Cardle.
Yeah, Cardle.
Oh, Cardle, yeah.
Is Megginson not missed 2 penalties against us?
Yep.
Oh, that's why he's great.
Great choice, Michael.
What in the cups?
Another one, McGeever.
McGeever's a good player, yeah.
I really like him.
I would say in the 2 games he played against us, I thought the boy Scott Brown at Peterhead was very good.
Oh yeah, Brown, yeah.
He caused a bit of problems last week.
He's a big unit.
We need to work through our opposition 11 over the game.
It's kind of ironic that he's been the best Scott Brown in Scottish football this season.
Yeah. Scott Brown's not even the best Scott Brown in Scottish football.
Although, did any see Scott Brown getting absolutely done by Ryan Kent at the weekend?
No.
Just dropped the shoulder, and then I'm sure it was Ryan Kent. He dropped the shoulder and he just turned the complete opposite direction. And I honestly think that if the world could have swallowed Scott up there and then, he'd have taken it.
You wouldn't see that happening to Peterhead, Scott Brown.
No, definitely.
Right through the back of him.
Have we been the better team so far?
I don't know.
I think we have.
Marginally.
From what I've actually got to see of the game so far, it's like we've been controlling the middle of the park. And it's like, obviously, I'm a little bit ahead of you guys just now, but we're just like stroking the ball around. This has got a feel of both teams knowing that 0-0 right now is taking them both through.
Yep.
What would happen? Here's the question. What would happen if the managers have had this little discussion and they've gone, 0-0, and then in injury time, an East Fife player puts a free kick in the top bin and just goes, get that Rangey entry.
That's for Clyde Bank, you bastards.
The scenes would be unbelievable.
Was it against Airdrie that Darren Young tripped up one of the players on the touchline? Did anyone remember that?
I don't know what game it was. I do remember that happening, yeah.
I'm sure he did that at Airdrie. That was fantastic. Loved that.
Still want to win this. If you win this game, it gives you a bit of cushion for 4th place, though, so you still want to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like we're just thinking about this game making the top 5. You want 3 points from this because we realistically still have a chance, not just of the playoffs, but of winning this.
Michael, stop.
We win 5 out of 5. We're going up. I'll say that. As champs.
It's a tough ask.
Phil.
It's a very tough ask with our away form. This could be the turning point.
There was a chance after the split. After the games against Partick Thistle and losing that last minute equaliser, stuff like that. I think those results will cost you for pushing for number 1, but there's no reason why they can't get number 4.
I fancy us in the playoffs. Like if we get in, it's like the playoffs over here. You just have to make them, and then once you make it, it's a whole different season.
Even that god awful Brechin team went up a few years ago.
Oh, let's talk about Brechin. I take it you saw their statement today.
Yeah.
They don't think the playoffs should go ahead between Brora and Kelty. It's not in the best interest for that to go ahead. No, it's not in their best interest for that to go ahead.
They want Kelty and Brora to get promoted and nobody to get relegated and go to a 12-team.
See, to be honest,
get down.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. Brora have played 3 games, right?
Oh, they shouldn't be coming up. No.
And they're the champions.
Yeah, but they should have had a chance to do something last year where they walked it.
Agreed. I agree on that point, and I'm not just saying this to be controversial. I'm genuinely not, because my hatred for and disdain for Kelty is well documented. Equally,
again, Lee, I don't think it's documented. Nobody's writing this now.
It's documented on a podcast.
It's not like, hello, Hugh Keevans from the Daily Record.
No.
I hear you.
I
Unless
actually
you've written
transcribe everything that we've recorded, so it'll be there for posterity.
Unless you've written a anti-Kelty manifesto.
See, like if Brora Rangers do that, I think like obviously like in football in terms great, but like is it practical for the rest of the league? Like away games.
Oh, Stranraer, Brora, jeez.
That's like a 7-hour trip.
Aye.
Yeah, Phil.
Even for a 5 team, it's about 5 hours.
Although a 7-hour trip for me is like one of our derby games against Portland.
I'm going to
up on the Friday.
And say that
I'm just keeping my mouth shut.
That one time at Bandcamp.
I'm going to go on record. I don't feel sorry for Brechin, Brora or Kelty. I think Brechin deserve to get relegated and neither Brora or Kelty deserve to get promoted.
Gordon, couldn't agree more. I second that.
Brechin are such a classic Scottish lower league team. They're a classic Scottish lower league team.
I'd be sad. Yeah, I would be too, yeah. But I think that's the price of the pyramid. Like, they're not disappearing. They can come back. But they do deserve to go down.
You need the pyramid. You definitely need the pyramid. There's too many teams like stagnating.
We needed this for a long time though, Phil. It's like this should have been done years ago. I don't know if the money was maybe there for some of these teams to be at the level that they are now years ago, but it's been the breath of fresh air for Scottish football as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'll look against Kelty in a couple of years and Leo will be told he's not welcome at New Central Park.
Your face will be on a poster on the door.
Wanted.
My 10-year-old nephew Oscar is watching before he goes to his bed, so let's not swear.
Yeah, no swearing.
This game might put him asleep, to be fair. So
yeah, I mean, there was one thing when I said I was going to keep my mouth shut. It was because the ball had come through and Brett Long just had a bit of a dodgy clearance. I was a little bit like, eek.
So I'll look. It's starting to open up a wee bit now.
We're in control though. Like we're just like knocking the ball about. We don't look to have much kind of impetus or attacking threat right now. But
it's been a couple of decent chances for Airdrie though. I mean, they've got through a couple of times.
They're starting to break through.
Do you think there's communication about the Montrose game at all, or do you think they just forget about that?
I don't know. It's like
not to the players on the pitch. I wouldn't think.
Not at this stage. I think late on, if it's 10 minutes to go. And we have to get a goal, or Airdrie have to get a goal, you're going to get things fed back.
So the end of last season...
I can't see Cove not coming out and going for it, especially with their sort of desire to win the league.
Montrose concede goals as well.
I don't think they're a bad side. I don't think Montrose are a bad side.
We nutmeg from Swanson, is that a corner?
Good. Yes.
That only one goal in the league. Montrose.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Well, guess what?
Oscar Perry, sorry. Was that Dunsmore? What's he doing?
It was a Fraser 5 OG for Montrose.
Yeah. I mean, look, this is the issue with Dunsey getting booked early, is that he's now on, got to be on his best behaviour for the rest of the game. I mean, he loses the ball there. If that's a dangerous threat, you're going to want him to try and bring the man down.
Yeah, you've got to have that. You've got to be able to just commit a professional foul. And now he can't.
His game management isn't great.
Mental to keep the ball in and just give it to the Airdrie player, though. Absolutely. Let it run out.
Also, before I forget, another football news, Juve's chairman is now resigned.
Why are they all resigning? Like, what's happening? They're just getting forced out.
Because our fans are going mental.
I think it is that.
Yeah, so that's super. I think the damage is done though. Like,
oh yeah, these clubs are basically told their fans they don't care about them. I think.
Yeah, do you not think, Phil? There's a wee bit now. I absolutely did not watch the Liverpool game because what's the point in watching these teams now? Who cares?
I just loved it how like they got adopted like the Pro Evolution Soccer. Merseyside Red. Got that ball away. But last night, you kind of wanted Leeds United to win, just to
Yeah.
get up them.
Did you see Leeds United's tweet? Said
Yeah.
they got a draw
brilliant.
against Super League's Merseyside Reds. It reminded me. I don't know if anyone remembers the old Scoop magazine from the late 70s, early 80s.
No, we're not as old as you.
Yeah, it feels like magazine.
What's a magazine?
But they had this thing. It was like a computer league. So I can't remember the name of the Fife team, but it was like they just picked players, and it was like Fife.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you've just got to the bit that I saw. I was waiting for you to get to that. So we've got a corner.
I think Airdries must have heard the score, because they definitely went a bit more offensive, like.
Yeah.
They're more on the front foot.
As in, are they calling us names? Agnew's been very good so far today.
Yeah, Agnew's probably been our best player by far.
He's good defensively, actually.
He's sitting very deep.
Swanson's playing further forward.
Swanson play further forward. Without sounding too bad, we've not missed Ross Davidson so far.
No, McKinnon's a good
need to
player.
get Swanson on the ball, though.
Yeah, I think Swanson's vital for us if we're going to get something. Just a goal for us right now is just going to calm the nerves.
I think Swanson's been like a new signing the last couple of games, actually getting them fit.
Yeah.
In a good area.
Sandwich. Quick question.
Is having a good game. Touchwood.
Michael, why is it not a shy and a by kick? How did that change?
I don't know. Yeah.
Is it just because I think it's just Scottish what they call it, a shy and a by kick.
Yeah, I think shy's Scottish. By kick, I thought was everything. I put that in my match reports here. Does that mean no one's got a fucking clue what I'm writing?
I've never heard an English person say it's going out for a by kick.
I call it the byline and by kicks. And
I just like folk watching more English and international football. Nobody calls it that.
What do you want to see here? A shot or a cross?
Shot, top corner.
Sure.
There we go. Oh yeah, boy, that was close.
I thought that was in, and I was trying not to react, and then I saw none of these Fife players were reacting, and I was like, "Oh, it's not in."
No, it's probably miles wide. Look close on the Airdrie TV camera.
Yeah, it's a by kick.
I don't know if you've got a different. I don't know. Like sometimes when I get the East Fife TV stream, they're set up in the opposite stand, so you guys might be looking at a different view from me. But the view I've got is a beautiful, beautiful sky.
Yeah, I was just seeing that.
From the right to the left.
Ah, right. Yeah. So right now for me, East Fife's kicking right to left. So you all the same?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we are watching the same pictures because it was one of the games when we were doing stuff and we were chatting in the group, and it's like
it was Peterhead away, I think.
Yeah, it's like I had a completely different view.
Oh, that was a terrible camera, that one. Like you had like the plastic sheet on the right hand side, and you just couldn't make out what was going on the other end of the pitch. And I'm sure their camera kept on looking up the other end of the field where the ball wasn't. Oh no!
Oh, great tackle!
Oh, wide.
Oh yeah, that's a good tackle.
That's that Danny Swanson.
That was Swanson.
You guys are ahead of me now.
Swanee Johnson. Glory days of gold. Danny Swanson, as he's known.
Lee's favourite player, the sponsored player.
I like that with no ball boys.
G-Dog Swanson.
That's going to be
go and take a corner.
G-Dog.
Aye, they've basically got a long thrower, so it's like a corner every time coming in.
That's right, yeah.
I always think if you're a long throw specialist, you're also crap at football.
Just bring you on to chuck a ball and that's it.
I love a long throw though. I think it's an underutilized tactic. Like if you've got big boys that can come up for those.
Jeez, that was close.
Oh, is that just where you guys are? Holy shit! Yeah. I'm way ahead of you.
I think it's obviously Rory Delap's throwing was like an actual corner. Like
yeah.
Just put it right on. Low, that was like a low bullet.
Aye, it was like right on top of the keeper. Yeah. Have we ever had a long throw specialist?
Graham Bell. That might be before your time. Mike, you might remember him. Right back.
His name rings one.
Yeah, straight away.
He had false teeth. I don't know why, but he did.
Could Stevie Campbell put in a long throw? Or am I just imagining that?
Campbell could do anything, Gordon. Anything.
There's a couple of guys that have been in like college football over here, and they do the run and then they do their flip and then they throw it.
Oh my god!
Because they're American.
Ridiculous.
That's as bad as Super League. But I'm sure sometimes have actually got a long throw coach in that.
Yeah,
well, they must. Yeah.
If Super League had gone ahead, that was one of the rules of Super League. You must throw in there.
That would be a straight red card.
Update. We've got 4-1, Clyde 0.
Ooh.
That's big for Forfar, I tell you that. That gets them back in touch.
Where are you getting the updates from, Lee? Because BBC
I've got live score and I've just favorited all the games and it just pushes out a notification every time there's a goal.
Yeah, because BBC's not updated yet.
Goal scorer is Scott Fenwick. And Forfar are still bottom of the league.
Yeah, they were. I was surprised by the result against Dundee United.
Oh, Clyde have just equalised.
Short-lived.
Just as the BBC had updated it.
Yeah, Clyde have got a bit of work to do as well. They're sitting 3 points off safety. So
was it excellent Penis that scored?
Who's excellent Penis? I get you now.
No update for the goal yet.
Is Goodwillie playing that? Aye, David Goodwillie's up front. Danny Swanson's pal.
Aye, that was an awkward interview when we're chatting to Danny and he's trying to say really nice things about Goodwillie, but not mention the incident. It's just like, well, we all know what he's done. It's like, yeah, we do.
Good ball, huh?
Now, actually, talking about weird rules like throw-ins and stuff for the Super League, did you read what the Real Madrid chairman said today about the whole Super League? Because basically, in short, he said, younger people don't watch football anymore.
That's right.
So we might need to have shorter games to capture their attention.
Where's he getting this for?
So not only are they trying to break away, they're going to change the rules and everything as well.
Yeah, we're just going to do one touch in the second half. Fuck it.
For any of our millennial listeners, it sounds very much like when Renford Rejects tried to change the sport of football altogether. None of you guys will probably remember that. I think it'll all be after your time and before yours, Phil, but anybody about my age will remember that.
Yeah, I'm more a Jossie's Giant kind of guy.
Is he definitely wrong?
Is he definitely wrong about young folk? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think it's a horrendous shout.
I don't know. I still think you still got a lot of
in the game. Yeah, the shorter game thing's horrendous. We were talking about that they would have definitely made it 4 quarters to get more commercial stuff.
Oh, that would have been horrible.
Oh yeah, if the Americans could get away with that, they would have done that.
That's it. Every time we go for a commercial.
Sponsored by Bud Light.
Did they not suggest that before the '94 World Cup? They wanted all these crazy ideas, and FIFA basically told them to fuck off.
The JP Morgan.
What was the best moment of World Cup '94?
I was there. That was my best moment.
Come on.
Ray Houghton.
What was the absolute iconic moment?
Maradona.
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross
missing the penalty.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
She's singing, and they've got this massive goal. It's like 3 times the size of a normal one. And basically, she's singing. She had to just, how should be? Oh, that looked a stick on.
Just don't Waller. How have you know about that?
There's no replays on East 5 TV tonight either, so I want to see that again. I don't know if you guys get a replay.
We can go back in time.
An absolute standard decision against us this season to not get a penalty.
Good
I've rewound 50 seconds. I'll watch it again.
I'm not risking that because I'll end up losing it. Because East 5 TV at the moment's got a thing saying they're going to try and make some changes. They're going to cut transmission at half time.
Wow. I just said it was an attempt for the looping header specialist there.
We're waiting on Gordon's update on the penalty situation.
It's a real life VAR situation going on.
Yeah.
Let's see if Lee puts his finger to his ear.
What?
He definitely makes contact with him. That game maybe goes down a little bit dramatically, but there was contact.
This game's too big for you. This game's too big for you.
How many times have we seen that given against us this season?
Come on. Right, that's foul. No? Okay. I'm waiting to get to the end of my Dana Ross thing. I'm just going to wait 2 seconds.
It's okay. We're all supremely excited to see that.
Oh.
Don't foul him. Wash.
Shocking.
So she runs up to take the penalty, and it's like, all she has to do is put it in from about 5 yards, no more. And she puts it wide, and the goals still fall apart, and she keeps on singing and celebrates. You'll see it on YouTube. It's brilliant.
They've got a fake goalkeeper as well who does this really theatrical dive, even as the ball's trundling past them.
Come on.
How do I not remember that?
Hell, man.
Is that the opening game? I remember watching that. Was it Germany, Bolivia?
Like I seen a video on YouTube that you know how they take penalties in hockey. Apparently, that's how they used to take penalties in the MLS.
Yeah, they did. Because like way back in the old NASL days, that's what they did. I don't mind that for a penalty shootout.
It's quite good actually. Yeah.
It makes it because what they did in the old NASL days was if the game was a draw at the end of the time, they would play overtime, and then after that they would have a penalty shootout where they would run from the halfway line.
Do you remember the old Budweiser adverts? It was like, like injury time multi-ball, and they just like fire different balls out onto the
ball.
That's funny. They used to get silver goal and golden goal and fucking.
Yeah, the golden goal I hated.
Yeah, it was crap. Did Germany not win the Euros with that? At some point.
Oh, maybe someone.
Oh, was it not the Czech Republic beat someone in the semi-final because of it, or
oh yeah, could have been, yeah.
So I'm at half time. I think the players are walking. It looks like towards the tunnel.
10 seconds.
It's been abandoned.
Yeah, fuck Montrose. We're just taking the draw.
It's our bomb. We're going in.
Yeah.
Half time.
I said something to a Montrose fan in Pine Bovril because he put something about it's in our own hands, and I was like,
"You're like, no, it's not."
Yeah, and you're like, "Yeah, well, just don't draw." It's like, well,
he's like, I don't think you understand what he doesn't understand what in our hands means.
This is when Darren Young goes over to the Airdrie dressing room just as a wee knock on the door, says, "I'd like to speak to Ian Murray," and they'll just have a wee chat, arms around each other, socially distancing, of course, and
so we nod and a wink.
No, but secretly we're going. Last week.
both of them have got their fingers crossed behind their hand, behind their back.
Yeah. Or will we?
Just gonna
you double-crossed my double cross.
Just bringing up the scores. This is from BBC, which is seems to be a little bit behind, but the only goal is coming from the crap game between Forfar and Clyde so far.
And Montrose.
Oh no, yes, sorry, I never saw that. Obviously, my eyesight not good. So that's the Forfar Clyde game.
Oh, I had 3 shot. Well, that's for Clyde. That's no East 5.
Yeah.
Let's see the Montrose, Michael. Who cares about this? Get on the Montrose.
They're now at half time, and it is 1-0 for Montrose over Cove. This is how that one's been going.
Fucking
Cove.
Oh, come on, Cove. There's definitely time to recover.
Oh, these are all the puns I cut out of the podcast for folk that's watching.
It's live now.
I was saying, Michael. I was saying to Gordon, the seethe from Falkirk fans is sensational just now.
Oh, really?
Honestly, it's full meltdown. That is brilliant. Like they're literally. Well, because in their eyes, they should be walking the league by 10 points. And like literally, they all want, every single one of them wants the manager sacked. They were literally talking about bringing, they were wanting Darren Young. A few of them put, I quite fancy Darren Young at East 5.
Wow.
It's like absolute sea that's superb.
So here's our stats. So Airdrie controlling possession 53%. It doesn't feel like that. I thought we'd kind of had more of the ball in the middle of the park.
Nah, I think
only 6% doesn't really.
I think the only chances was the free kick, the header, and Sean Brown's shot over the bar.
Yeah, we've got no shots on target, which is a little concerning.
Nah, it's not now. It's fine. Bomber Brown.
I'll get a concern when Montrose get their second goal.
I like, how can we have no shots, but the bar is a wee bit across?
That's true.
It's a very good point. Gordon, that looks like the sort of email you would send to the BBC. Dear BBC,
dear points of view.
I was absolutely appalled when reading the statistics from the East 5 game against Airdrie that you had a little bit of a bit in the humour.
Is this where my license fees going? Shoddy graph work.
Here's how it stands. So interesting. We still fourth as things currently stand. 4 points off Falkirk in top. It's going to make, like, whoever gets in the top 5, whatever order they finish, it's going to be exciting. But just to remind everyone that is listening, or I tweeted this out over here in Canada, so I don't know if any Canadian folk are watching this. Let us know in the YouTube chat if you are. You're probably very bemused by what's going on. But a top 4 finish for East Fife, or if we finish 4th, means we don't have any Thursday game. So it'd be Saturday, Tuesday, which is massive for a part-time team.
I noticed as well.
4th is the goal, isn't it? We want to finish 4th, but that's where I really think that we need to get the 3 points today. We need to come out and show
that would be massive,
we have in the first, because the first has been very meh. But don't get me wrong, I think Airdrie have had the better of the opportunities and they've looked better going forward than we have. But I think Agnew and Swanson probably our best 2 players so far. Anybody disagree?
Go with Aggie, Well, but the 2 of them, probably have been.
Yeah, Aggie's been quite busy out there. If anyone needs to nip away as well, just like you can switch your camera off and mute your mic, just nip away if you want to have a little break at halftime. Lee's away right away at that.
I was gonna compliment you on tidying up your tabs. You don't have anything embarrassing there, because I was checking. Yeah,
I made sure, because I did this for the first time when we did our watch along here on Sunday, and that was the first thing I made sure. Like, there's nothing bad coming up there. No pictures of my wife suddenly appearing on the screen. It's like, shit, how did that get there?
Oh yeah, I bet you, like, the amount of folk now who are like working through Zoom and stuff like that. I bet there's loads of people who've shared screens and they're just they're supposed to be working, but they've got porn open and stuff like that.
There was a politician here who he was on a Zoom call and he'd just come back from a run and he didn't know his camera was on. So he's getting changed on this call and he's like naked and then his phone's over his cock, thankfully for him. Which also raised questions as to why, because he said he didn't know that the camera was on, so I'm not quite sure what he was doing there, but he was very apologetic.
I was watching the Monday Night Football last night before the game, the Liverpool game, just because I wanted to hear the general annoyance about this whole Super League. And they did an interview with Steve Parish, the Crystal Palace chairman. But he kept getting phone calls the whole interview. It was actually a really good interview. But he literally was getting phone call after phone call. And it was like, just turn it on silent. And it was like an annoying doorbell ringtone. I was like, just bizarre. But yeah, the seed on that was good as well.
Yeah. I'll read some stuff from the YouTube chat that we've got in just now. Luke Aitken says he can't understand why Kev Smith's not starting. With no shots on target in that first half, though, you've got to think Kev's going to come on sooner rather than later in the second half, which does beg the question, though, what subs would you make and when would you make them?
To be honest, looking at our bench, apart from Kev, there's nothing really obvious. I don't think that Greg Spence has really showed us anything when he's played. I'd imagine that at some point it'll be a Kev for Sean swap, and then potentially Danny Denham or Ryan Wallace for Greg Spence. But it's what I've pretty much said. As soon as Fash left and Jack Hamilton left, I was really concerned where our goals were going to come from. And I still sort of stand by that. I think that we are lacking an out-and-out striker. I think that Ryan Wallace is somebody that you play off a striker, or even Greg Spence is someone you play off a striker. Kev Smith, somebody you play off a striker. So I'd be interested to see what subs that we make. Really looking at the bench, maybe Liam Watt. Watt's impressed in the latter half of the season. Maybe Liam Watt for Danny Denham, but obviously Danny's got to get his trademark header now, so give him time.
Yeah. Deadlier in the air than COVID or the RAF. That was what seemed to be the consensus on Twitter at the weekend. This is going to be a weird question as somebody that's meant to know this team. Who's Steele?
Oh, he's a boy we got on loan. He's a defender on loan from Street Johnson.
Oh, God, I'd forgot all about him. Has he actually played any games?
No, he's been excellent in training.
And of course, we've got Fenton.
Jesus Christ. Couldn't have the show go in without that, right?
Yeah.
He's amazing. What a man.
So also, if you're not signed in on YouTube and you can't leave comments, feel free to send us a direct message on Twitter or just at us on Twitter at Glory Days of Gold if you've got any questions you want to ask for our panel. We've got some time to fill in for half time, so if you want to ask Doug what his favourite jam is, or if he fancies a chocolate digestive, then feel free to do so. I
don't know if we've answered that. Mine's is strawberry and rhubarb, or rhubarb and ginger, but strawberry and rhubarb I think is my go-to jam.
I didn't get the chance to sing the jingle.
What are we doubling up for? That's a bit posh. Mine's just hardcore raspberry with seeds. Spread on top, not below, cheddar cheese on toast.
Oh no! Hard drive check required for that. That's an outrageous shout. Outrageous.
I love asking the players that question because you've got players that just go strawberry, or players that just elaborate and go on for ages about it.
But my mate Johnny Russell, he gave me a 15-minute answer about he loves jam.
My chum Johnny. You won't be wanting to speak to him next month then, Lee.
Michael, I think Johnny Russell was worried when you started it like that. Johnny, what's your favourite jam?
I have to try. I can't find the picture that I got when he was here last February. So just before COVID, where one of the other journalists was like, "Oh, can I get a picture of you two?" And he put his arm around me. It's like it warmed my heart. It went against all Whitecaps media regulations. What's that, Doug? You froze there.
I said, as he approached your semi.
Nah.
I'm drinking Iron Brew. I don't know what everyone else's drink of choice is.
Popsy Max.
I'm debating going to get a banana. I don't know whether I should eat the banana on the live stream or whether we just do an OnlyFans one for that.
No. We've got a question from a listener, though. Hello to Paul Galloway. How are you doing, Paul?
Hey, Paul. You miserable bastard.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Let's sell more houses.
He wants to know, does Mike still have the Berwick video?
I do. And if you don't come up with the money involved, I will release that video, Paul.
You need to tell us what the video is.
It was something we did for Sky Sports on Soccer AM. We did a fan cam where we took the camera on the bus down to Berwick, in the pub, the Black Bear, and then at the game, and then the journey home. We did 2 of them for Sky, one for an away trip to Berwick, one for an away trip to Stranraer. And there were some things that went on in that pub that, could be some interesting videos. So Paul, I still have that. If you want to send your money, I'll send you my PayPal address. That would be fantastic. The Stranraer one's great because it's got the late great Craig Bernard on it. So I need to get that up there. And he's telling a story about Jimmy Nicol, which is obviously not a true story. And I can't remember the entire story, but he's just going on, oh, Jimmy Nicol, oh, he's like wanking away and stuff. And it's like, great stuff. They didn't show that bit on Sky, though. That didn't make the cut for Soccer AM. When I sent the whole unedited video through, though, Sky did say, the guy that was on the bus that was telling all those stories, is there something about him? I was like, yeah, there is. They're like, oh, okay. We just wanted to know. I miss Craig. He was a great character. So sad to hear about his passing.
Yeah. Going to his Fife games, you kind of hear and see him. You know, he's a big character, and it was so funny. And I used to work at Dean Park Hotel in Kirkcaldy when I was at school, and he was at a function I was working at, and it just struck me because he was like, I remember, because I recognised him, he probably didn't recognise me, and he was like the most sort of polite, quietest person in the world, and I was like, wow, you are very different inside and outside a football ground.
And there's a lot of folk like that, though. It's like, I genuinely think there's tons of people that Saturday is their release, so God knows what they've been doing for the last year and a bit. I wouldn't want to be living with some of those folk. Yeah. But yeah, some folk are totally different, because I'm quite mild-mannered in real life and not as obnoxious as I am on podcasts or at football. Maybe, yeah. Caitlin might disagree with that. But
right, before the teams are coming out now, so just before we go any further, a couple of questions come in. So hello to Mike Gill. Mike says that he's reset and hopefully he's caught up with us and he'll take the draw now. Us too, Michael.
Oh, yes.
Also, Glenn Walker. Hello, Glenn. I've just to ask, are Doug and Gordon tag teaming?
In a wrestling way or a sexual way?
Maybe later on tonight. Who knows?
Glenn, you've got to elaborate on that. Normally they're too busy going, oh, I love your 3-2-1, Gordon. Oh, I love your 3-2-1, Doug.
I couldn't agree with you more, Doug. Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Doug.
Michael Stewart and Stephen Thompson.
We're disappointed, Phil, because we told everyone you were going to do a live halftime mission for us. So.
That's it. When we get back to Bayview.
Yeah, I read that interview. It's like about a music festival and stuff. Do you think that would be a goer to get that on at Bayview? Because that would be fantastic.
I don't see why not. I'm sure they've done something in the past in Bayview. I think there's been gigs in that there. So why not? Easily put a show in one of the 5 stadiums, get all the 5 sort of musicians. I think that'd be a great day out for everybody. Like piss up.
Yeah. Gentlemen, just to say good luck, 45 minutes between a good funds for the last couple of weeks or a really boring, awful last 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like...
Glenn has answered the question. He wants to know if you're tag teaming because there's only been one of you on at a time. So, I don't know. They're maybe just taking turns giving each other reach arounds or something like that and turning their camera off.
They're actually in the same house, but they just don't want it to be known, so they've got different camera angles.
Just in different rooms.
Gordon's very good at it. And I'm quite... It's quite far to reach around me.
Practice makes perfect.
Oh,
we're back playing. I'm back. I've got my screen to work on my TV. I spoke
That's
to...
a great ball.
Panic in the Airdrie defence.
Panic. Come on, Fife. That's big.
Bit of nerves kicking in for the Airdrie defence there.
Is that Cole McKinnon with the ball over the top there?
Yeah. What a baller that boy is, honestly.
If he was a yard quicker, he would be very, very good. He seems a bit sluggish.
Oh, Sean Brown, overhead kick.
Go on, Bomber. Oh, Bomber.
Oh, God.
He did well. He did well.
Head of the ball. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So,
back to the goalkeeper.
I was away to try and do a kind of time update, but whatever they've refreshed at East 5 TV, apparently they've been having trouble with the internet at the stadium. but it's worse for me now than it was at the end of the game. Maybe it's just.
There you go. Go on, Ryan.
We're just going to stick on the Cove game.
First time.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was a chance. That was a good chance.
There's a big chance there. First big chance of the game.
Still no shots on target.
Here's the boss. Over the bar. We like an over the bar.
It's a beautiful night in Airdrie.
That's never been said before.
That's the first time ever that been said. Like.
That red sky you're seeing is just somebody cooking meth.
Got a lovely view over the bins in the industrial estate.
All right, I'm going back on my phone because it's just not working on the TV tonight at all.
There's so many sun-setting puns.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Good defending. Is the sun going to set on East Fife's season? Tune in to find out.
Long throw.
Okay, right. I've got this back on my phone.
I love how Airdrie has still got a DL billboard. They were sponsored by them for decades, were they not, back in the day?
That's right, aye. They're back in the 90s and stuff.
That's quite well.
They're also sponsoring their feed tonight.
What?
Championship games kick off at like 6 o'clock.
Oh, we're in. We're in. No, we're not. Sorry.
Oh, terrible touch. Terrible.
Currently
So-
Morton in the...
That's a foul. It's a booking all day
That's a
long.
foul. Get him booked. How many times?
Oof.
This is just like being at Bayview. This is awesome. I'm going to do a time thing short. I'm going to wait till I get to the 50-minute mark and then see where you guys are. Just to give me a rough
Come on,
idea.
Danny, get back in and get it back.
Oh, Higgins. Class.
Brilliant. He is absolute Rolls Royce.
Cannavaro.
Swanson, a bad little minute for him there, pal. Come on, back in.
Yeah.
Games are definitely a bit more expansive in this half so far.
Yeah.
I've said it already as well.
No, I'm at 50 minutes exactly.
I'm 49, 30.
No, I'm
49,
Yeah,
30.
I'm 49. I'm 49-32.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just keep my mouth shut for 30 seconds.
Do
Caitlin,
it for the next
for that.
30 minutes if you want.
I think in fairness to Bomber Bruin, he's a bit of unit. He's putting himself about at least.
Yeah. Aye.
Oh, that was a half-assed attempt. Get back in.
Oh no.
Right, don't do anything stupid.
Corner.
That's the thing.
See, we need Cove Rangers to score because I'm not going to deal well with this. I mean, there'd be nothing worse than me having a heart attack live on YouTube.
The thing is, for me, the start of the season, end of the season, stuff like this is what football's all about at our level. And I've been like really fortunate because Sunday was our start of the season here. Now I've got an end of the season cracker, but it's like, what do you think about this split? Would you like to see it as a regular occurrence?
No.
Just a one-off, like.
I would like it. I want to go to bigger leagues, and to get bigger leagues, I'd introduce a split.
Yeah. I think
like
it would have to go to 16 teams.
16, yeah. And split and play 7 games at the end.
But the usual problem with a split, and this is a perfect example of it, is as it stands, you're going to have Montrose who are 1 point off the playoffs and are out.
Yeah.
And that's always the issue with them. I mean, it's
worst
fine,
case
because
scenario, we could be 1 point and out.
Absolutely.
That would just be so East Fife. Honestly, it would just be so East Fife for that to happen.
I'm expecting us to finish 5th or 6th, and then they decide that they're going to reorganise the leagues, and the top 4 go up, and we miss out on that.
I reckon I've had about 5 or 6 texts from East Fife fans today going on about exactly that it'll be very East Fife to not quite do this.
Airdrie's definitely more up for it this half.
I think they both are.
They both look a little bit more, which is going against what we thought, I suppose. Or maybe we're thinking.
Maybe they've been told the time.
They've heard the score at half time and just came out and went, fuck it, we're going for it.
We need to win. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, a Cove goal though, like, changes everything, and I guess that's what we kind of have to hope for. Absolutely. And if Cove are wanting to be in the championship race, this is the kind of game they have to win.
Oh, it would be.
Go on. That's a foul. Referee.
Yeah, I was wanting to see what you thought of that, because I was like, how's that not a fucking foul?
Oh my God, I thought
he's on.
Yeah, so did I.
Is that the ginger guy's on a yellow? He was never going to.
The ginger guy.
I can see the refs no giving a second yellow for that. There's no idea who it is.
I didn't realise he had a guy.
I think he did pick up a yellow in the first half.
The ginger guy.
Oh no, he didn't. It was just it was a foul. We just said it should be a yellow. That's what it was.
Where did the boy Kieran Miller go from Airdrie? Remember that was at us.
Stranraer, I think. I think he's at Stranraer now. Yeah, he was a good player. I really liked him.
I quite liked him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's at Stranraer.
Oh sugar.
Larry.
Oh no.
Stand up, Pat. Stand up. Stand up.
It's a dangerous ball, that.
Nah, he did very well. That's a goal kick, surely. No, he's getting a corner. Mental. Refs need to take 1 second because no Airdrie player was claiming for that. Do you know what I mean? You can tell by players' reactions sometimes. That's a guess. He's just guessed.
Brecon and Cowden still 0-0 as well.
Bet that's a cracker.
Have Queen's Park wrapped the league up yet?
Not quite, I don't think.
Well, as good as.
There's something like with 15 points to play for, they're 15 points ahead. That was a chance.
The threat in them is coming and coming and coming. We need to seriously sort our stuff out here.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this because I know what's coming up. As long as it's not really bad, I get to watch your reaction. So this is fantastic. If it's bad...
I think, to be fair, Lee, they've had a good couple of minutes, but we had a good start to the half.
But this is Doug, you're saying there that how much a couple of minutes at the start of a game could dictate the tempo. In the last couple of minutes, they're dictating tempo. We need to try and get some impetus and get a foothold in the second half, because I think really they've been all over us since the start.
Nah, the first couple of minutes we were doing well. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. Breathe, everyone, breathe.
My big worry is Darren Young's game management and squad management and what he's going to do with this, because it let us down against Morton, it let us down against Partick, and there's not a lot of options on the bench for this.
I mean, if Smith can get on the pitch,
I think if it's 0-0, we'll save Kev Smith for the last 10 minutes to try and just hold the ball up. It depends on how badly his knock is that he's carrying.
Who else has got on the bench, realistically?
Liam Watt.
Evan
Liam Newton, maybe?
Not Evan, yeah.
Newton?
Yeah, not Evan Newton. He's the Whitecaps goalkeeper. I knew I'd get this confused at some point.
Evan Newton.
Come on, let's get passing the ball.
Yeah, put your foot on it.
He's in. He's
Offside,
in.
maybe?
It's a bummer. Oh, for...
No, was
Target, though.
Target, yeah. Oh, shot on target, yeah. Jesus, that was
definitely Brown?
That was Brown, aye.
Do you know what? It was on target at least. Wasn't over the bar. God, how much a goal would change my life right now.
It'd probably change the way my boxers are sitting as well.
I can't find my charger. I need to swap my laptop. I need to go to my personal laptop now.
No problem.
Phil, if you just change your hat at the same time.
Come back with a new hat. Right, 2 seconds.
And a new attitude.
I'll watch for you coming back in.
Oh, that's a foul. Oh, is that Dunsmore?
It's no Dunsmore, is it?
No, it's
Swanson. Fucking hell.
The screen looks better when there's just 4. Maybe we won't bother letting Phil back in.
I'm going to be honest. I think that's a harsh yellow.
I think they're the ones that...
Let me watch it back. Let me see it back.
And we go to our replayer, Gordon Henderson, who's going to talk us through that booking.
Ryan Wallace needs to keep his mouth shut as well and not get booked.
I agree with Lee. That was harsh. I think he was going for the ball. The Airdrie player was just a split second too late.
Oh, that can't be good. Come on, counter-attack, go. Just take a touch.
Get down. Why do it? No composure.
See, anybody's Airdrie TV just fucking went to like standard definition.
A wee bit. It's done that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Lee, I wonder in that situation where that's what Darren Young talked a wee bit about the goalkeeper. You know how he always talked about Jordan Hart's
communication.
Because you hear Hart at Bayview, like he screams at defensive. I wonder if that's a little bit part of it.
Oh, fuck. Sorry for swearing.
Like one thing to think about though.
Stand up. Oh, he did well actually.
Well done, Sean. Best thing you've done in a free shot.
Oh,
right. Oh, Swanson's away.
Go on, Danny.
Penalty. That's a booking, like.
It's got to be a booking.
I thought he got quite a bit of the ball, but you just can't tackle like that these days, you know.
When I was around, you used to be able to tackle above the knee.
Always remember his cards.
So, I mean, Bomber Brown did horrendously to put himself in that position, but he did get it back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. He recovered well.
Right. And then we're on the front foot now.
Less of the ball jokes, you know what I mean? It's like, come on. I might borrow your hat.
Free kick and booking all day long, yeah.
But up.
Oh, that was a close one, like.
Offside, I think.
It was. I just get through some of the YouTube chat quickly. John Scott Neal says Super League is worst thought I have heard since putting Celts and Gers Colts in the league. Yep, you're not wrong there. Wendy Anderson, I'm surprised they haven't started Greg Spence yet, as he came on loan hoping to get game time. That is always the tough thing with these loan guys, because it's like...
Is he fit? I don't even know if he's fit.
I don't know. But
he's not been playing for... He wasn't playing for Stenishmere, I don't think.
He hasn't looked great at times when he has been playing.
I don't think you can get a loan from a team below the league and expect to start every game.
No. Like Cole McKinnon, I'm probably sure thought he'd be getting more game time than he maybe has.
We're not exactly going to be worried about ruining our loan relationship with Stenhouse Muir.
You're not getting any more players.
It's the last Stenhouse Muir player you're getting on loan.
I suppose we do have a bit of a relationship with Stenishmere. I'm sure we sent that Tam Collins, he's at Stenny.
I know he started one game for them.
I was just about to say, how's he done? Because he's been a bit of a bust.
That's not great, is it?
2-year deal as well.
Maybe a revelation next season, you never know.
Keeper. Come on, Long, you should be coming for that all day.
Claire Baxter says, come on the Fife, boys know what is needed. Right now, we're doing good.
We just need a goal.
Yeah.
Point the obvious, but get a goal.
Oh, well done.
Where's he gone?
GJ Donaldson says, Donna Eyre once asked the Cors, so where did you meet?
Brilliant.
Oh, fuck, he's been done there, like.
John Scott Neal says there should be a salary cap here. I'm all for it. Like when I first came over here and MLS had the salary cap, I thought, I don't know about this, but it stops clubs.
You're the ball. Honestly,
we're going to see Lee melt down in the closing minutes here. This is going to be entertaining.
But my slight thing is, see if you're going to go long, make sure it's long to beat. Make sure it's long enough to actually get over the defender.
That is all down. That entire move is all down to needlessly giving the ball away in the middle of the park, as we do every week. Look up and look for a man before you pick a pass.
I was about to say, we've got nothing in the middle of the park right now. It's like there's just no creativity there.
And you've got Agnew and Swanson both in there, who both had an excellent first half. But, I mean, how many times, and I say this every week on the show, like, we're just so guilty of giving away possession needlessly. Just put your foot in the ball.
Part of this 1-0 up, I see.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Clyde have scored as well.
yeah. Partick are hitting a bit of form towards the end of the year, so they're my favourites for the league, I think.
Oh, they're your champions, yeah.
That'll cause more meltdown for the Falkirk.
I think it's anyone but Falkirk for me, to be honest.
Yeah,
just because they're Bovril fans.
They're joint managers.
Yeah.
Sean Brown seems to be deployed on the right side at the moment. Is it? Yeah, he did quite well there.
Are they putting Ryan Wallace to the middle then?
I guess so, but we need Smith on soon, don't we?
Yeah. Any minutes we can get out of Smith is worth it.
I think we're about 10 minutes away. 10 minutes away from an official 0-0.
I also think we've not seen anything from Danny Denham in this game at all. I don't even remember him touching the ball.
Just play the easy ball, man.
Scott Agnew there, man.
Just to give you guys a little update as well, I just wanted to have a quick look at the stats. So various times in and out, we've had 106 people come in and out of this. So I'm quite pleased with that.
That's bigger than an Airdrie attendance, to be fair.
That's more than bought the stream for the Peterhead game on Saturday.
Ours is free.
Oh yeah, that helps.
Exactly. The quality is only slightly worse.
Yeah. Who would want to watch Doug Perry on a Tuesday night? Come on.
I tweeted out here, what else are you going to do on a Tuesday afternoon? Watch this. It's like there's nothing else to do if you're stuck at home. Because we might be going into more stay at home and lockdowns and stuff, because we're in a shambles here right now with COVID.
Again?
We're outside of Brazil, we're the hotspot in the world for the Brazilian variant.
What's happened? Is it like travel from Brazil? Or is
I don't know, because there's not even any direct flights from Brazil.
Oh, he's been done. He's been done.
Oh, they're calling for a handball. They're calling for a handball.
We go to Gordon, who's going to rewind by 12 seconds.
I will have a look.
They definitely look more dangerous going forward than us. If there's anybody scoring this game,
for it. They're going for it.
Full-time team, they should have a bit more edge than us, to be fair.
Are they properly full-time, or is it a hybrid?
They're half and half, yeah.
Oh no.
Higgins gets done there. Oh, could have been a handball. To be fair.
Oh no.
Have we conceded?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was a long wait for me to go, fuck!
Like, it's what I've said for the last 10 minutes. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Corner kick.
Yeah. It was a well taken, like a great header. I'd like to see that one again, because he just seemed to rise completely unchallenged.
That's East 5 down to 6.
Oh,
I just
big 25 minutes.
I just watched it all on his own when the ball came back.
We just can't defend coins.
There was two of them. There's two of them all on their own.
It's a free header there.
Full stop. It's a fact. We can't defend. It's, our goals for is actually pretty decent. Our goals against is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
So all eyes now on Montrose Cove for us.
Everyone picking a man. Come on, Cove Rangers.
No, never mind. Come on, Cove Rangers. This is down to us. We shouldn't be relying on another team to do.
No, we shouldn't. If we harbour hopes of going up, these are the kind of games we have to be winning.
100%. I think as well.
We have honestly not looked like scoring in this game at all. We look like we could play all day and not score.
Yeah.
I would think every bookie in the world would have had Airdrie as favourites to win.
Well, we're away from home, so there's your start.
No, I know.
They're going for it.
I would.
Oh yeah, fucker.
I wouldn't say that.
How's he got a corner?
My stream's died. Yeah.
That might be a godsend for you come the end. Just to confirm, I can't get any further along here, but basically, East 5 down to 6th as things currently stand.
They've got another corner, I see. Great time for my feet to come back.
This is the bad thing about doing a live watch along for something like this, because you're going to see our disappointment captured forever.
Loads of time again.
Cove have just made 3 subs. If anyone's interested.
Well, where's ours?
But I mean, who are you bringing on that's really going to make the difference? So that's the thing.
Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's fully fit to go.
To be fair, it could be for any of the 3, but for me, it would be Denham.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, it'll be Greg Spence will come on. Greg Spence, Kevin Smith, Liam Watt, Liam Newton.
I guess Spence was brought here to do a job. He has got the experience. We might not have seen it yet, but this is the kind of game you maybe hope him and Smith can kind of bring some magic. Fuck.
This is so East Fife.
What's going on here?
So again, there is the table just now. So tied with Montrose on 27 points. I've been harping on about our goal difference for weeks.
Oh, Jesus.
This is schoolboy stuff. Come on!
What was Brett Long doing? Jesus, pick it up.
You use your hands, aye.
That's a free kick, ref.
This is when like games like that Forfar game where we didn't put more goals in can come back and haunt us.
They just look a lot better than us just now.
Yeah.
A lot better than us. We've got to make changes now.
Yeah. Well, it was only 20 minutes. I mean,
I don't see Camera's not on the East 5 bench now, so you can't really see if anybody's getting stripped.
Yeah. I'll get stripped if we.
Young does make really late subs though.
Yes.
There's
no activity on the East 5 bench.
Right, easy, we'll just relax. Get back into the game here. Let's not just punch it.
Yeah, as long as we don't give away a second, like
but
it's still in our hands to an extent.
Don't panic. There's 20 minutes to go. Get your foot on the ball, pass it about, and let's get back into the game. Well done. That's what we're after.
As things currently stand in the table, 7 points clear of the relegation playoff.
Look, we're not like.
I know. I thought I'd throw it in for a bit.
But
it's not
lighten the mood here,
Michael.
I'm not even
fucking hell, man.
I'm not even sure we can get relegated because they all have to play each other, right? So they can't all get.
Staying up. Say we are staying up.
Michael,
I mean, we might, but
what's that?
I will drive to Canada and punch you in the face. Please remove your spectacles. This guy's coming to get you.
You're very welcome, Doug. There's always a spare room here for you.
Oh, very kind, very kind. That's where you'll be sleeping. Oh, no, I'm upset.
Oh.
Leave it. Leave it.
You've no seen my wife.
Ooh. And to be honest, she's not seen me.
Where the fuck is he going?
But there's nobody with him. Nobody helping him.
Oh,
awful.
This is terrible.
No, not awful from him, just awful from everyone else. Aimless. Come on.
We honestly don't look like we want to win this game or team get back in it.
We look like a team that has been playing a lot of football.
Yeah, we look like it, but
no more than anybody else.
Everybody's been playing a lot of football.
That's true. We just look. It looks like our legs have kind of gone.
We've talked about the difference between part-time and full-time in this nonsense that's been going on. So there's definitely a difference. Come on. Swanson's very powder puffing the tackle, by the way.
I can see Swanson coming off because has he gone 90 minutes in games? No.
I'm not sure he has that.
He's also on a yellow.
I mean, we're as well just totally going for it because actually, if we lose another 2 or 3, it doesn't actually change anything.
Yep. The worst thing is if we get back to level terms, it's like how then do they play?
Close stats up.
Come on, winners. Relax.
I'll get the stats up. I had them up, and it's like 10 shots to Cove to just 2 for Montrose, 4 on target to 2. But the only thing that matters is that scoreline at the top, 1-0. Fraser Fivey own goal. The guy, just to mention, that Lee said was the best player East Fife have played against.
That was after he'd scored the own goal, by the way.
Oh, come on, right.
This is going to be a hellish 17 minutes and change coming up.
Still not one clear
Come on, East Fife, just shoot on the ball. Come on.
Create one clear chance.
What's happening?
Yeah, we've had none, Phil.
Absolute zero.
We really need Cove to score because we're not going to.
I know. It's fine saying we can't rely on others. We have to right now because.
Look,
we're stroking the ball about. I'm a little bit ahead of you, but we're stroking the ball about here. Airdrie seem fine to be letting us do it.
There's nothing worse than someone letting you stroke your ball about.
Whilst millions and millions watch at home.
Yeah, millions. Right, come on. Oh yeah, we're stroking the ball about.
But then, as far as Airdrie's concerned, just let us stroke it about.
Like, who's that? I mean, realistically, who's that to?
But at least that's in the internal area. At least it's behind the defence.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Turn.
Come on. They're in the hole. Good.
Go down.
Who's with him?
Nobody that will take a shot and get on target.
Yeah, we're just going nowhere, are we?
Yeah.
They're just sitting right back.
Fucking hell, man.
Honestly, garbage. Absolutely garbage.
Like that giveaway in the edge of the box was shocking, which hopefully you got to by that point.
Wallace has been poor. That's a good ball. Come on.
Oh no.
Hospital pass. Give it to the boy out wide. It's so simple. There's a sub jumping up and down vigorously on the East Fife bench.
Greg Spence, I
think it might be actually.
Let's just wait. We'll just wait till we go 2-0 down. Then we'll make some sub.
Oh, it's a free kick right on the edge of the box.
Right, so you've got to that now. It hasn't been taken yet.
Right on the edge of the box.
Ages for it, but this is in a hell of a dangerous position.
I'm with Lee. Our chances of getting top 5 are on Cove Rangers.
I don't like where Long is positioned for this, I tell you.
It's absolute scenes with Cove score.
Well, we have a night out in Cove.
I actually think I celebrate a Cove goal more than a one for us right now.
I don't care. I just want to celebrate.
Why has Mike turned his camera off?
They've scored, haven't they?
Yeah.
We've gone 2-0 down.
No.
Get a subs on, boys. Get a subs on.
They haven't scored. I just didn't want to see my reaction. Maybe that made it worse, so I'll turn it back on.
Penalty.
Yeah.
You're fucking kidding.
Look at them pointing at this guy on the right, just reading him.
Who's getting the penalty?
Fuck's sake.
Oh, no. What is he doing, man? He looks pretty gutted, to be fair.
I actually cannot deal with this.
Danny Denham.
Who was that?
Denham.
I mean, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing how many penalties we've given.
Hey, wait for the penalty.
Michael, don't do it to us.
Don't hint, no.
Don't fucking spoil it, come on. Oh, the guy's taking a Ronaldo step up.
Everyone's in different time zones. This is killing me. Come on, Brett Long. Give us a tiny bit of hope.
Oh, well, it's all on Cove.
We've made a sub now, though, you'll be glad to know. 2-0 down with 77 minutes to go. Or, wish it was 77 minutes to go. 13 minutes to go.
He saved the pen.
It was a great save.
The rebound. Bloody hell, man.
And I have genuinely fought everybody saying this, but we are bottle jobs. Absolute bottle jobs.
Tough to argue about that right now.
I've honestly defended us rigorously on social media. one of the boys, I think it was Jaden, said it weeks ago, and I defended us and says, waiting to see what happens. But this is bottling stuff.
It's
Absolutely
all eyes on Montrose and Cove. Now, I'm going to get Cove's Twitter feed up because that might be.
Why is Kevin Smith not on now?
I know.
I know they've put.
Who came on? Was it Spence?
It's just such a negative display. I think the managers obviously came here not to get beat.
Montrose have had 2 shots the entire game.
Absolute smash and grab.
Sorry if I spoiled any of that for you, but turn my camera off. I was just wanting to let out a silent. Ah!
I think as soon as the camera went off.
To be honest, who cares now? Honestly, I'm fed up.
Well, this game doesn't matter a shit. It's like we should let's pay some money. Let's see the end of this Montrose Cove game.
I get Cove TV on.
I'll see if anyone's got an illegal stream.
VAR has obviously ruled out their goal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
12 shots to 2 for Cove right now.
Why are we incapable? Honestly, any time that we're close to some sort of success, we absolutely crap our pants.
But who's to blame, Lee? I mean, is it the management? Is it the players? Someone's got to, be partly responsible.
Well, I think that the big thing will be to see what Darren's post-match, he comes out and says post-match, because somebody's got to accept responsibility for this. And, the penalties that we've had, I get it, but this was truly in our own hands. The catalyst for this was losing the game at Dumbarton in the awful
Oh, my God, it's getting even worse.
Have Montrose scored?
No.
Oh, if Montrose score, I may as well just end the stream now because that's going to be it.
Are you talking about the guy that just tripped over the ground?
No, it's hamstring injury by the looks of things.
Who is it?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even watching our game at this point.
Ryan Wallace, I think.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, is that not Wallace in the middle? He's been pitching.
The catalyst for this performance was the game against Dumbarton, where we absolutely did not turn up whatsoever. Lost 2-0 in that game. We could go back to the point that we dropped against Partick Thistle, but in reality, that's not a game that we should win anyway, considering the strength and depth that they've got, the fact that they're full-time. We should be beating the teams that are in and around us.
A point against Dumbarton, and this game doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And likewise, more goals against Forfar, and we'd still be fine.
Can hit the ball, man.
Please shoot.
Why did I not shoot? Oh my God, there was an opening there.
I've got every single possible thing up for Montrose and Cove now for live score updates.
Just crap.
But to answer your question, Doug, I don't know. The management team have to take some of the flack. The players certainly have to, because the management team can get them all as ready as they want, but it's up to the team in the pack to put in the performance. I don't believe in solely putting blames down the management team, but these players have got to leave this pitch tonight absolutely shaking their head because they have not turned up tonight at all.
When you see the bench, this is the best team. Depends on how fit Smith is. The fact he's not on yet makes you wonder if he's maybe got a knock or something. But I think this is the best team that
I know that
could have put out.
Scott Young had messaged me saying that Kev Smith was injured, so I don't know whether that's true or not.
Well, don't worry, guys. Cove have brought on Brock Watson.
Oh God.
Brock with a Q.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And, he kind of run about a bit and basically did nothing.
Big Aberdonian.
Was that Motherwell he was on loan from?
Yeah.
So I've got Sofa Score up, and they've got the games, and it just turned 83rd, 84th minute. It's just going into.
This is awful.
We're lucky if we get to that minute. Oh, yeah, fucker. Oof.
This is on it. We do not deserve playoffs.
Airdrie's going in for the kill here, like.
They may as well. It's like they're now pushing for. Or like looking at the table, they're 3 points off top.
Over. This game is very over.
This game's done. You know, we're not going to score. We've not even looked like we're going to score one.
Nah, we're done.
So it doesn't make a jot of a difference if we score one here, because we're not going to score.
We've got a sub coming on. Oh, my stream's died. That's a plus. Oh no, it's.
To be honest, you know, how would folk feel if Cove did get a goal right now? I think I'd sort of struggle to give that much of a shit. You know what
I'd be excited.
I would still go insane, but
yeah. But that's going to make it worse because we can't watch what's going on there then for the closing minutes. Come on, Mitch Megginson. Do what I said you can do. You're the best player in this league.
Maybe Montrose and Cove come up with a wee deal, because the fact that Partick and Falkirk aren't winning, it's not a disaster for Cove, even a wee bit that they've not won that or taken anything. Maybe there's a wee sort of northeast little love in there. At least.
I mean, if
I mean, no one really needs reminding, but I know we've got folk probably watching that's not totally au fait with how things work. So basically the top 5 split after this bottom 5 split. That's how it's currently looking. Look at that top. Thistle 33, Falkirk 32, Cove 31, Airdrie 29. What a running that's going to be.
Well, Partick have scored.
Because Falkirk were talking a minute ago.
I reckon their original goal must have still been the case. The one that was VAR'd, it's been re-VAR'd.
I mean, look what we now face. Peterhead, Clyde, Dumbarton, Forfar. Peterhead seem to have just... Peterhead might have scored because they've now moved to within 4 of us.
They have. They're beating Falkirk. Jesus.
Oh, that's going to be a meltdown then, even more.
That's going to be great to watch.
That is a wee silver lining if we don't make the top 5.
Oh, that's a good wee throwback, to be fair. There's just a bit there.
You get 2 late goals here.
Or
I'm going to say
late
one
drama.
thing. For those that remember, Paul Chalmers away to Clyde, 2-0 down with 5 minutes to go, and scored 2 to get us promoted. But that's when we were no bad.
They weren't a team of shite bags.
In many ways, it's going to be worse if we score 1 now. If we lose by 2, it's like, we were outplayed. We didn't have anything. Lose by 1, and it's like, fuck, why did they not do this earlier? Why did they not play this? And
we've absolutely run out of ideas. Completely. In fact, we've maybe not had one since we started.
85 minutes in, not one clear-cut chance. There you go.
Yeah. Sean Brown won.
Sean Brown had a fucking brilliant chance.
Let's not forget the bomber.
Is he still on the park? No, he is still on the park.
He's the one that looks like a lumberjack.
Fucking bomber.
He is pish.
3 minutes to go plus stoppage time at Montrose Cove. I'm just glued to the text of this now. I'm not even watching the East 5 game.
I'm kind of a Gordon. I don't care anymore.
I care in that I genuinely cannot be arsed getting up at 7 a.m. for these remaining games.
So I'm looking at the live text on BBC for Montrose Cove Rangers. There's nothing interesting happened in the game, but I've noticed that they call the 2 Cammy Ballantynes for Montrose Cammy Ballantyne 1 and Cammy Ballantyne 2. Cammy Ballantyne 2 wins a free kick in the defensive half.
I mean, looking at the table.
Do you know who I blame?
Who do you blame?
I blame my dad and his dad.
For making you support East 5.
Both no longer with us, but they've made me support East 5, and it's pish. Cheers, Dad.
Yeah. I've got no excuse because my mum and dad are Rangers fans. I chose this life.
Come on.
89th minute at Montrose. Let's hope for 10 minutes stoppage.
Bugger.
The thing is, like, if Cove won this game, they would be top of the table by a point.
Yeah.
So hopefully that message is going through to them in the closing minutes. It's like, come on, 2 goals and you're top.
I honestly would have stuck my mortgage on Cove.
Yeah. Sorry to break this to you, Lee. I did stick your mortgage on Cove, so...
that's just the final nail in my coffin, honestly. See if I die in the coming weeks, just get the players to lower me into the ground so that East Fife could let me down one last time.
Oh.
Horrendous.
Well,
Brett Ling will
don't let Sean Brown lower you, he'd miss.
Come on, the bomber. Come on. See, the bomber, if I was at games, he'd be a freaking cult hero. We'd love him. We would, because that's what he's trying to do. We love him.
It's basically because he looks like a fan's got on the pitch.
Was it Cedric Mushavi or whatever he's called? Or Cyrus Mushavi?
Cyrus Mushavi.
Well, at least we can laugh about things. See, the next time I suggest doing one of these, just tell me to fuck off as well.
Or Graham Gibson. I was a fan of Graham Gibson. Like.
He played for...
My brother's wee one who's 10 years old. You know, we're me and my brother are both trying to get him sort of down the East Fife route, but literally they live like 5 minutes from Hampden, so they've been to a couple of Queen's Park games. Do you know what? Go and support Queen's Park, pal, and enjoy it, because this is guff.
They've got a wee bit of money now.
Aye. Well, they're in the stoppage time in Cove.
Airdries went to the corner flag.
I've turned their steam off.
I mean, I've got...
fuck, my stream's just died. Oh, it's back again. I don't want to miss the late comeback.
I think we should have given another penalty away for a laugh.
Oh, I know.
Look at their 2 goals tonight. Can't defend a fucking corner and give away a fucking penalty.
It's just classic like the whole East Fife.
Categorised in one game, the biggest game of the season by a mile.
Story of the season, though.
But we don't have a problem defending corners, or so we were told.
See, we've got our best spell of the second half at this point. It's going to be like the Dumbarton game. We're going to get a goal in stoppage time, and there'll be no time to do anything with it.
No.
Corner.
Aye, that was a shocking shot.
Not a very easy one to take, in fairness. But yeah, it wasn't great.
I honestly, on Saturday, would never imagine this would be the position that we were sitting in.
No. Not at all. Like, when I suggested that we did this, I thought even if we lose, it's going to be fine. Because...
I thought we would lose.
Yeah, I thought we'd lose, but I thought Montrose would lose as well, or not do enough to get in, or draw even. And it's like, I thought, this will be fine. It's like, we might be pissed off, it'll be entertaining, but yeah, I never expected this to play out. They're in the 3rd minute of stoppage time at Montrose now.
That's done.
Cove have had a man sent off.
Oh, fuck, I haven't even got that update yet. That's the icing on the cake.
It was
celebrating an equaliser. No, it wasn't.
Jeez.
Hopefully it's because Cove have got a penalty and the players that raged at the tackle, he's got up and punched him in the face. But, yeah.
Oh, I thought it had changed to full time in the Cove game, but it hasn't.
That's mental. We need 2 goals and we've still got 6 men. 6 men defending the half.
Did anyone see how much stoppage time? It doesn't really matter. But...
seen the board across there, 5 minutes.
Oh.
Michael, the only way it would help us is if it was 742 minutes.
And maybe if Airdrie had to take like a player off every 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even then, I think it's touch and go.
Just sitting here for hours as Brown takes shots into an empty net. waiting for one to go in.
I feel I've gone like back in time. I'm staring at a live text update on my computer of Cove Montrose. Just watching a clock tick by.
See, about an hour ago, Michael, it was 0-0, and the other games were 0-0. I'm looking at going, if we seek a goal here, we're 2 points off top.
Yep.
We're now about to go and play and pish like that and meaningless games with a stream total of about 4. And of those 4, one guy's bought it by mistake because he bought a season ticket instead of a one-off game months ago, and he's raging.
It was Strachan that got sent off.
I mean,
Ryan Strachan.
My enthusiasm
Gordon
for these
Strachan,
4 games.
Gordon Strachan should not be playing football at his age. He shouldn't. It's not good for him.
Do you want to know what? Like, obviously, I said on social media as well, obviously, with the fans not turning up on Saturday. And after this, would you blame them? I wouldn't blame a single fan if they didn't buy a stream between now and
I do not want to watch any of the remaining 4 games. If I do, it's just habit.
I'm going to suggest that I won't watch Saturday's game. What's the point? What's the point?
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
93 minutes.
Absolutely embarrassing.
And they still seem to be playing in Cove or in Montrose or wherever the fuck they are.
I don't think it's embarrassing we've lost this game. I think the manner of it's very, very, very disappointing. Yeah. I think we all thought we would lose this game today. I think we're more. I think we're more. If I'm being totally honest, the heart is we're wounded because we all thought that Montrose would not win against Cove Rangers.
Yeah.
And
it's over. Montrose have won 1-0.
Montrose need a result. They get it. We need a result.
No, absolutely. I can't defend what we're watching.
There you go.
Oh, it's over for us now as well. Yeah.
It's times like this you wish you could be there to boo the team off the park.
Also, Mitch Megginson's gone off with an injury for Cove, so fuck him now.
I'll say this much: if Dan Young says it was just one game too far, I'm going to suggest that him and Tony McMillan leave, and we'll get someone else in, try someone new, because that's the sort of bullshit response you hear. When it's like, they're putting such great effort, it's just one game too far.
I mean, I said a couple of weeks ago on the show that if they didn't make the top 5, you have to ask questions. It's like you have to. They've spent money on a team this year that should not be 6th and playing these shitty games for the rest of the season.
Michael, I'll definitely. I know I've just said what I said as well. I'll pull you up on that. The only team that's finished above us who has a wage less than us will be Montrose. The only one.
And even then,
every other one will be.
I'm probably just really pissed off now.
Yeah, we all are. Absolutely. I've just gone from saying the managers can walk to defending the fact that we're not top 6. It's just
you have to ask a question. Yeah, I mean, I think you can't. I'm not going to say let's get rid of Dan Young at all.
No, I'm not yet. But it's you have to ask and talk about it.
I think he has to be. It's something he has to be thinking about. If he's not thinking about why weren't we good enough, where were we lacking, what do we need to do better, he's not doing his job. And I think he will be thinking about it. But it's fair enough for the board and the fans to be asking these questions. Why can we never seem to get over that line? Why, it's classic East Fife in that we bottled it. We conceded to a corner and we gave away a penalty.
Gordon, we need, there's no question now in my view, we absolutely need a clear out. We need a clear out because they've all had the chances. You've got Higgins, Agnew, they're all getting towards the end of their career. I'm not suggesting for a second that we get rid of, X, Y, and Z. But you need a clear out. You need fresh people coming in because it's stale. It's clearly
we need
stale.
I need good 4-5-6 and 4-5-6 out at least.
But first teamers. You need to do something because this is stagnating. That's all it is. I mean, there was no. There's no fight.
I'll ask you guys. I'll ask you guys a question for like these last 4 games. What would you like to see? Do you want to see just the young guys? Do you want to see us put teams out so we can have a look at certain players, or is it still too risky to do that?
Just try and win them. For me, there's no much point in, in terms of young guys, it'd have to be guys that are our players. There's no point in giving lone players a shot. So give Liam Newton a couple of games, but to be honest, try and win them, because it does matter where you finish. If we finish 5th, we get more money than if we finish 8th. So we have to try it.
You get the 6th spot for money.
Who cares?
But, to me, there's no point in let's have a look at it.
The difference between 6th and 8th prize money is going to be bugger all. You know what I mean? Who cares?
But, to me, there's no point in let's try out a slightly different system where this player there, that player there. For these 4 games, no point. I totally agree with Doug. I think we need, it will be difficult because I can't pinpoint first team players and go, I want him out. There's no individual that I'd look at and say, I'd rather we got rid of him. But I think we do need a reasonable sort of in and out over the summer.
Well, to anybody that still has been with us and listening, we'll stay live for the next 15 minutes, half hour. We'll see how it goes.
Really? Haven't had my lunch yet.
Well, you can turn your camera off and go and get it. But look,
I want to say one thing, Lee, and then I'll pass it on to you for a bit, and I will go and grab my lunch quickly. Someone said someone needs to give Lee a hug. Where's Rachel? Doug's brother Donald wants Lee to get a hug. So you look very depressed apparently on the stream, man.
Look, I feel like somebody's taking the legs from me. Like I never foreseen the Montrose result. I'm
cheering for Montrose now. You know what? It's like good luck to them. It's like they destroyed us up there, and it's like they've got that result tonight. So good luck to them. I hope I'm going to be rooting for them for the rest of the season.
I honestly couldn't give a toss. I really couldn't.
Although in saying that, if Montrose go up, that's not good for us next year because we've got strong teams in our league.
I'm going to say this, and the point I was going to get to there is if you've got anything that you want to say to us, please send it over to us in the comment section, which I can't see, but I think Michael can. I'd probably say the Twitter feed at Glory Days of Gold. Let us know your thoughts.
And if any of you guys need to go, feel free to go as well. Don't feel you have to hang on. I'm just going to mute for a sec, and I'll be back in a sec.
What do you want to see? Do you want to see a new management team? What do you want? I'm not going to answer that when I'm as emotional as I am. I think the end of the season is when it should be made. I think that, look, what Dan and Tony have done was, and I've said it in the past, that, we were a bottom 3 side in this division for a long time, if not going up or down. We have made progress under Dan and Tony. I think it's natural that we're all disappointed. But the squad that we've got just now should do better, and that's a matter of fact. It should do better. It's not good enough. It's there's been a lot of things which we've not corrected this season. We never replaced Jack Hamilton when he went. We can't defend corners or any set piece. We give away too many penalties. We get too many cards. We're poor in possession. Our game management isn't good enough. And there's a lot of things in that which has to fall to the management team and how they take accountability for these mistakes. Look, I appreciate the sentiment, Donald. I would absolutely love a hug right now, but at risk of bursting into tears live on air, I don't think that's a good idea. Phil, if you could tell Antonia that I need a cuddle, that would be absolutely outstanding. I would be beyond grateful.
I'll send her across for Australia, mate.
I would be really grateful.
I'm going to shoot off though.
What's your thoughts? Phil, what's your thoughts?
Before I go,
where do we go from here?
I don't know, still a bit raw to be fair, so I think you're right in saying I think there's a couple of players there that have been the last couple of seasons we've had sort of core of a squad, and perhaps it's coming to that stage where it's time to clear out and start building again. Whether that's manager, who knows? But I think we definitely need to start building a new squad of players as well. But again, it is disappointing because we always seem to miss out in that 4th spot in this league anyway.
Can I just say, Phil,
get ourselves over the line.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight, man. Good luck with everything. Good luck with the new single. I never got a chance to mention it, but I played it on a radio show here on Sunday, so get those royalties coming over from Canada, whatever you need to do. So, but yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with everything.
Cool, thank you very much. I'll see you later.
See you guys.
Bye.
So, first comment has come through from Scott over in the States, at Kestrel Scott. What a waste of a season. Failed to show up when it mattered. Serious questions need to be asked of your pals Tony and Darren. We've then had one from Glenn Walker. Young's last 4 seasons, 6th, 7th, 5th, and now the best we could do is 6th. We haven't progressed. It's probably time for a change. So, looks like I know a lot of people will be speaking out of emotion. I'm, like I've said already, pretty emotional myself about it. I think that, it's the only people that are going to know what their thoughts are right now are the board. They've invested more in the squad this season than the past few seasons that I could ever think in my lifetime anyway. Aside of the Willie Gray sweetie money and the daft season under Lee Murray, this is the most that we've invested legitimately in our squad, and only the directors are going to know how it feels. Look, you can make the jibes about being our pals or whatever. At the end of the day, I'll never sugarcoat anything. That's not good enough. And if it ultimately costs Tony and Darren their jobs, then they've got to look at the results on the pitch, and with the money invested, do the board think it's good enough? We really need probably clarification from the board in the coming weeks. What's going to happen. Dan and Tony's contract's up. Do they decide, you want to what, this isn't for us anymore, and they want to go and try somewhere else? I'm probably ambivalent towards it. I don't know who we bring in, who betters us. I still think that Dan and Tony are a good management team, but they've got to look at some of the signings they've made this season, some of the 2-year deals given to boys that probably, in hindsight, is a mistake. Boys like Thomas Collins, who's barely kicked the ball for us, has still got another year left to run his contract. But then equally some good business. Danny Swanson signed a 2-year contract and he's coming on to a game, so we've still got another season to get out of him. So yeah, keep your thoughts coming.
The thing is Swanson good business at 300-400 quid a week? I don't think
how many good minutes have we got out of him, and how much have we paid for him now?
Not had a lot out of him, and I think it's very easy to get a player like that and go, he is very good, and flashes absolutely. Today didn't do anything when it matters. That's for me, that's not good business at all, because for 400 quid a week you can get 2 very good part-time players in there. That's not good business. That's seeing a name who's willing to drop down and going, yeah, we'll take him, but he's done absolutely fuck all for his 5 apart from last week. So that's no good. I am genuinely leaning towards the management team going, because I'll tell you why. In lower league football, it's not bloody complicated, right? Look at Dick Campbell at Arbroath, right? For Arbroath, he's done that. He literally goes 4-4-2. He tells the players, this is your job. Go and play football. They're part-time guys who are at their work one day and come to train the next. None of this 4-2-3-1, and then we'll go into a 4-5-1, then we'll do this. It's bullshit. Just make it simple and get boys in the park who'll fight for your team. None of these fancy dans. Defend corners. Pick a man up at a corner. None of this zonal pish. You see zonal pish at bloody Premiership level. We're not at Premiership level. The only thing I'll say, defend the managers on is the penalties. That's just bad defending and defenders making terrible decisions. But we can't sugarcoat this anymore. Matthew McLean just texted me and said it's unforgivable failure. It's bang on. 6 weeks ago, you could see the fixtures lying out, and you're going, right, well, we might lose it, but these are the games. We'll pick up points there and there. It's pish. It is pish. And it's not... Today, we've done nothing in a game that's massive. We've created nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. And it's so easy to blame this and that. But as I say, for me, it's not difficult at this level to get boys in a position where they know how to play football, and 4-4-2, whatever, just go and do it. I mean, it's pish. I'm fed up with it.
Yeah, pish seems to be the summary. Michael, you're awful quiet. You've scanned your lunch.
Yeah, I've just eaten, so now that's got rid of the hanger in me, I guess. But I just want to bring up, so these were the results from tonight. We know ours. Thistle won 2-0, Clyde won 3-1, Montrose won 1-0, Peterhead beat Falkirk. So you click into us for the stats, and just on top of what Doug was saying, it's like one shot target.
Then that was Brown. That was Brown. That was that Brown one.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
3 corners we managed to force, and they all seem to be like pretty much, 2 of them were after each other, and then there was that one at the end. Possession was 50-50, but 15 shots Airdrie mustered up tonight, 5 of them on target. Just absolutely ridiculous.
We're not surprised we've lost the game. I mean, I'm not suggesting that this has all come down to this game, because before the game I generally thought we would lose, and I just hoped that Cove would not lose. So in that respect, but then you can't go like that. That can't be the attitude. And it almost looked like that was the attitude. Like you can almost imagine them arriving in the dressing room at half time, and the first question was, what's the Montrose score? It's like, well, just go and do it yourselves. Or do you know what? Go and put up a fight. Go and someone show a bit of pissed offness and a tackle. Then just cheap bookings, just pish game management. It's poor. It's really poor.
Do you want to know what? It's not so much that we lost. See if we went down working our balls off tonight, and they've scraped a close edge game where we've thrown everything in the kitchen sink at them. Boys are smashing shots in, getting last minute tackles in, putting the fight in for the shot, and that was just toothless, gutless, indefensible garbage. And there's not a single player can walk there with their head held high.
Look at Clyde. Look at Clyde tonight, and I know they're playing Forfar, who weren't very good. Clyde have played more football than us.
Yeah,
they've played an extra cup tie, and they've gone to a massive game for them, and that was a huge game for them because Forfar could have got right back in it, and they've won 3-1. And they're, you know what I mean? And that's like, as a fan, that's what you want to see. You want to see your team in a big moment just go for it and grab it by the bollocks and win. Do you know what I mean? And we're every time when it comes to these situations, we freeze or we just don't manage it, and it's just getting boring and tiresome now.
Yeah, it's so predictable year after year after year. We show we're good enough. We get in a position. You can look at individual games. You can pick out a handful of performances every year. You can list off the full-time teams that we've beaten. But when it comes to it, we just fuck it up. We just let our season limp to the end, and in crunch games, and that is the unforgivable thing. In crunch games, far too often, we just look like we are not as bothered as the opposition are.
You want to know what's going to be so East Fife about this is we'll probably finish on more points than the person that finished in the team.
Probably.
We almost definitely will.
Because we're playing crappy, well, I say crappy teams, but then we're in with the crappy teams. So what does that make us?
Games, so
I do,
I'm seeing comments about us being dragged into a relegation battle. Come on, we're fucking 8 points clear. Don't be stupid. I'm not going to get into the relegation battle.
I don't know.
That's emotion taking over.
Lee, have you read stuff from the YouTube chart? Do you want me to go through it?
You can go through it because I can't see the comments.
Right, okay, so I'll just rattle through these because folks left their comments. So John Scott Neal says, play the young black guys, give them a chance. Our academy players, not the lone players. Robbie Dice, get young out tonight. Steve enough. Robbie Dice again, tactical management and substitutions absolutely awful all season long, and they're warming up, but still. Willie Christie, Darren Young has never got us more than 6th. We need a clear out in the summer. GJ Donaldson, corners have been a problem since he started, and I can never understand why the subs come so late. Niall Anderson, I've lost it. Niall Anderson, squad clear out needed. It was the right idea to build a strong core to the squad, but as you've said, it's gone very, very stale. As for the manager, who knows? Arguably our most successful manager recently.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Well, who else has been most successful?
Yeah, but probably one of our most backed managers recently. He was.
I mean, his league position finishes are, if you're talking about recent history like this millennium, it's him and Robbo. 5th in League One.
I mean, look, I'll go back to what I said a couple of weeks ago, or I can't remember, maybe even last week. I mean, we're probably not. We're one position outside where I think we probably should be in this league in terms of stature. So it's not. I mean, it's not a million miles away. It's just the manner in which we develop our season. It's just. It's like it. I giveth in one hand and I taketh away with the other. It's just. Do you know what I mean? It's that. It's that build up of hope. I mean, as I say, a couple of weeks ago, it was like, yeah, well, we're definitely going to get top half. And if we win this game against Dumbarton away, we're pretty close to the top. And barring an injury time consolation, we got done over by a dreadful Dumbarton team. And it's like that. They're the results you.
Well, that was another match. There was no fight. There was just nothing coming from the team in that one.
As Lee said, and rightly so. Who cares about, we did quite well against championship teams. Well, we're not in their league. So once we get to that,
this is our bread and butter.
Championship teams. Let's beat the absolute pish, in our league and show that you're a bit of a level above them. Because quite frankly, well, we're showing we're not that far above them. We're the worst of the decent bunch. I mean, the only hope we've got now is that we form a breakaway European League.
Can we just do it ourselves and we'll finish first every week?
A couple more comments here. GJ Donaldson says, clear out definitely needed. Robbie Dice, subs come too late every single game. Game management horrific also. Zonal Pish is 100% right, says GJ Donaldson. Stephen Robertson, Stonewall penalty in the first half. Always on the wrong end of those decisions.
But that's a cop out, and it's we've not had every single team in this league will say, "Oh, we never got that, we never got this, we never got that." It's a cop out. There's no agenda against these fights. There's no refs going on. Yeah. I tell you what, we'll not give them a penalty. That's football.
Yeah. John Scott Neal said there was no fight. GJ Donaldson, 50% possession, but did naff all with it. Now, that's the thing. It's like, I'd love to see a heat map. I don't know if they do it for Scottish League One. I'm guessing they don't. But I'd like to see how much of that 50 possession was actually in the final third.
A lot of it was at the end of the game where Airdrie were just happy to give us the ball. That's where we would have pulled up to 50 in those last 10, 15 minutes.
I would suggest that our management team's stringent scouting and tactical stuff will have a feckin' heat map for sure. But that's what I'm saying, right? So for example, I specifically moaned about our inability under Young and McMinn to defend corners, and it's been crap for years. I mentioned it in one of the shows right at the start of the season, and we get a bloody diagram of this is how we've defended. It's like, piss off. We lose goals from corners. We've maybe not lost goals from corners in those last 4 games, but we do. It's a fact because we're doing this. Whether it's zonal, try and change something. Mm-hmm. It's like the whole Mourinho thing. It's he's a stubborn old man. He's like, this is how we play football, and it now doesn't work. So try and change something. Yeah. It's too easy to hide behind stats and hide behind that. The bottom line is we're not good enough, and and you cannot say it's not their team. It's very much their team.
They've built this team now.
We're not. The attitude's wrong, and we're not good enough.
Robbie Dice agrees with Lee, says absolutely spineless performance. Claire Baxter said the amount of penalties conceded this season is a joke. I need to get a breakdown of that. I'd like to see how many we've given up. And last comment for now, Willie Christie says we just weren't good enough. He thought we should have beat Partick Thistle, but Young's tactics that night, the subs late on, he just doesn't get it.
The subs late on thing is infuriating. Every single game, you're sitting there and you're like, right,
yeah,
it's
you know
20
it,
minutes,
you know it's
20
coming,
minutes to go. I mean, he really sometimes waits until like 10 minutes to make a sub. How often have we conceded a goal and then brought on subs?
I think the Partick one's different. I think that Partick game that's a totally different kettle of fish. How that all transpired in terms of knackered player. I think we shouldn't hark back on that game.
Now, obviously, we don't know what Young's going to say after this one, or at the end of the season. If he uses that Thistle game and says that's what sucked the life out of us.
If we use COVID as an excuse, I'm going to go off my nut, because realistically, we've all had the same pot to pee in, right? Everybody's in the same boat. So we had the opportunity to get here in our hands, not like what the other game that we were talking about, the Montrose players, fans saying it was in their hands. This genuinely was in ours, and we, in fact, no, I'm not going to say we. The team have let us down massively.
They have. Massively. Like they. I hope they are gutted as fuck in that dressing room. They better be.
Of course they're going to be gutted. Of course they're going to be gutted. But if I'm sitting in that dressing room, I'm looking around to see who's really hurting. Really, really hurting.
Oh, no, who's angry?
Yeah. And how they respond in these 4 games, because it's how they respond, how they act. Like who's the locker room, dressing room leader that went into my North American, isn't there?
Can you not imagine? I was sort of saying, is this group of players too quiet? You know what? I can imagine, and you don't know unless you're in there, but I can imagine that dressing room being quite quiet right now. You know, maybe 1 or 2 players are visibly annoyed or angry. But I can imagine a lot of them just sort of like, heads down, because you see it. You see it a lot. It just doesn't look like a team that have too many sort of characters like that. And
we obviously had the sound down tonight, so I mean we don't know. I didn't see. It didn't look like folk were shouting and barking out orders and stuff.
They just look like they kind of accepted it, and you can't have everyone going absolutely fucking mental all the time. But you need a few players that kind of G people up and get them going. And if I'm looking at it, I don't think we have too many of them, really. I mean, you're looking at maybe Wallace, maybe Higgins are those types of guys.
Yeah.
But I just don't think, you look at successful teams usually have 4, 5, 6 of these types of guys. And maybe some of them aren't even very good footballers. I mean, we've had teams in the past. You look at some teams and you think, he's not that good a player, but you imagine he's good for the dressing room. You imagine he has a positive impact on other players. And like I say, the Jim Muffet team was full of players like that. But we seem to just not really have any of them.
I mean, obviously, another excuse that can get thrown out. I'm not saying that Darren will use this, but we lost Jack Hamilton. And with Jack Hamilton, we lost all the goals. You could argue. But we did, as you've said, we have been scoring. And it's on the defensive side.
Scoring goals
and stupid mistakes.
Scoring goals hasn't been an issue now. I have said that we failed to replace Jack Hamilton. And I think that we missed Jack Hamilton on games like today, Dumbarton, Forfar. That's where the Jack Hamilton sort of player, we really missed him, where it would just be a half-arsed cross and he's turned it into a goal to get us back into the game, and then the momentum shifts. But utterly, it is down to absolutely shambolic defending, poor penalties given away, poor game management, not seeing out wins, The substitution thing, I think, is bang on as well. It's just.
But how many goals have we scored in 18 games? It's not many. We say like goal scoring is not an issue. 22 maybe?
Well, but if we're not going to use the Jack Hamilton thing as a defence, right? So if we talk about just when we've come back, most games we've scored well. I think the only game I could think of, mind you, there's been a few games we've not scored. So that Cove was 0-0, 2-0 away to 2-0 to Dumbarton. We didn't score. Tonight we didn't score. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong about that actually.
I mean, our scoring. Yeah, I mean, our scoring's not too bad. We scored one more than Cove. It's not great, and if we could have had Jack Hamilton for the full season, that would have been brilliant, and would probably be in the top half right now.
Oh, we definitely,
because he's a very good player. And we said at the time we don't have somebody to replace him like for like. Now, Denham's been scoring a decent amount of goals since Hamilton left. Smith, Wallace, they chip in, but Hamilton's a very good player, and we would be playing him every single week.
Sorry, Gordon. A stat that absolutely shocked me was Agnew scored 1 league goal this season.
Yeah, I thought that too.
So yeah. The only centre forward that we have right now is really Brown, right? I mean, and the difference between Hamilton and Brown is night and day.
I mean, I think if we're probably honest, a 3-2-1 tonight, 3 probably would have been Agnew in many ways at least. Do you know what I mean?
Probably, yeah.
The Agnew thing is so difficult because, like I said last week, there's something about a guy who's struggling, who just constantly wants to get on the ball that's very commendable in my eyes. And I still think he's got something to give, especially to younger players coming through. But I mean, like another just quick thought, Liam Newton had 2 absolutely stellar games back to back, and then barely got a minute after that. Yeah. So what, it was he obviously was fixed. He was on the bench, but that's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre.
2 games. 2 man of the match, almost unanimously. It's not just like we said it. Pretty much everyone said it. And I don't think he starts a game for the rest of the season.
Well, look at Cole McKinnon as well. Cole McKinnon was our best player against Dumbarton. And I mean, I think his first start after that was tonight.
Yeah, he wasn't great tonight, to be honest. But most people will.
I'm going to stand up for McKinnon here because the game passed him by. I mean, really, our midfield weren't there.
Yeah, that's a big thing with us. We need to strengthen that midfield. Oh yeah, Liam Watt's been doing well.
Here's the big thing for me, and we've all talked about it. We don't play good football. We play good football for little sort of 10-minute spells of games here and there where we get the ball down and you're like, this is it, like we talked about last week against Peterhead, we got the man sent off and then suddenly it was like, 10 minutes of like really good. Park Thistle at home, half an hour where you're very good. And then, but when we're bad, we're really bad. It's proper Jekyll and Hyde.
We played shit football this season. Last season we were a good team. We played really good. We were a good team to watch last season. We played good attacking football. There's a lot of games we just think we played excellent stuff. We passed well. It was quick. This season, you're right. Even when we win games, we just play kind of shit, and we rely on Smith or Wallace or somebody doing something good.
This is the strongest this league's ever been. I mean, I'll defend them in that.
100%.
So that's something we need to, take a little step back and go. There's a strength there that we've got to acknowledge, and like I said before, in my eyes, we're pretty much where we're meant to be. I think between one place above where we are and where we are.
Yeah,
I've also said weeks ago we wouldn't make the playoffs and we would finish 6th, and I'm going to be bang on.
And something as well, like if you go on, what we think about our team or where we should be or whether we've underachieved is one thing. Fans are always biased. But if you go on, say, like Pine Bovril, and you go at the start of the season and everyone does the predictions, nobody has East Fife in the top 4. So we're not it's not that we're underachieving. It's not that we should be finishing above Airdrie or Partick or Falkirk or Cove. You know, a lot of people would have had East Fife down at the bottom. And a lot of people, you know, and that's not, you know, that's them looking at our signings, looking at everyone else and thinking, you know, of course, Montrose and Airdrie and Cove are going to finish above East Fife. East Fife will be down there scrapping with Peterhead and Dumbarton. That's the kind of majority view of other people who follow this level of football but don't support East Fife. So it's not that we're just underachieving generally. We aren't. We're doing pretty much exactly what we should be, really. It's just frustrating.
Well, you've got Alloa, you've got Arbroath and Montrose. So technically, we're the 4th best part-time team in the country.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, someone left a comment though. GJ Donaldson, Alloa and Arbroath have shown that it is doable.
But it is difficult.
Not forever.
Yeah,
not
it
forever.
It's tough and it's hard to sustain it.
Yeah,
and I mean, you'll come back down. Arbroath in 3 or 4 years' time will come back down for sure. Yeah. It will happen.
I mean, it you know, it's like, you know, this is the example that just gives forever. It's like if you're a Southampton and you're saying, well, Leicester won the Premier League, so it's possible. Now, it's not quite as difficult as that, but it is difficult for a part-time team to get into the Championship. Not many. There's never really more than 1 or 2, and they do tend to struggle. But it's what we should be aiming for, absolutely. But it's what 20 other clubs are aiming for in Scottish football, and more below now.
Because Willie Christie says, "Do we want to go up?" And I think I've said that before myself, and I think we do. Yeah, I think we do.
Of course we do. Of course we do.
That money spent shows.
That's a very weird rumour that's gone around Bayview for years and years and years. Why would you not want to go up? Even if you went up and finished on 3 points, you'd make a fortune. I mean, it's nonsense.
All the guys on the board these days, they're all East Fife fans. They want us to get promoted. They want that day where you get promoted as much as we all do.
And do you want to know what? On the board, I actually feel really sorry for them tonight. I really, really do. Because what they've done and put into the club deserves better than that shower that we've witnessed tonight. You know, guys that are working their nuts off, their absolute nuts off, to make us a sustainable and viable club. Guys like, you know, Stephen Mill, Jim Stevenson, Davy Marshall, who's East Fife through and through. You've got guys like Liam Anderson volunteering his time. You know, there's so much work goes into us, and that's the result. And there's a lot of people need to look in the mirror. The players, the management team, you know, they all need to look in the mirror, and you want to know what? It needs to be where did this go wrong? And I would like to see some form of, not a statement because we're not an old firm club releasing statements all the time.
Or Kelty.
They want a statement as well. You know, I really want to see you want to know what? This is where we're at. You know, the board to come out and go, you want to know what? We've extended Daniels a contract another season. We're going to give him another year, or we're going to wait and see how it goes to the end of the season, then we'll make a decision. Just some clarity as fans so that we know what to expect. You know, if you're Darren Young, you know, I'm really looking forward to seeing his post-match interview to see what he says. Obviously, he's going to be full of emotion, maybe something that he could come out and talk about in a few days' time when he knows what he wants to do.
Well, yeah, because he might walk away himself.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
I want to read a comment we've had in the chat from Michael Dunzire, who's the under-20 goalkeeper. He says, "We've got to be honest, Darren and Tony are the right men for the job, 100%. Having seen how good coaches they are firsthand." I Am Performance Analysis says, "Gordon's just nailed it there. East Fife are exactly where they should be. To get into the top 4, they will have to overperform for a full season, which is a big ask. Luke Aitken, the loyalty we have showed this season has been ridiculous. Players guaranteed a start every week despite performances. Agree on that. Willie Christie, nothing for Kyle Bell. Where was Kyle Bell? Robbie Dice agrees with Dogs. I'm not sure about what, but it says the same can be said for Fenton and McKinnon. Last one here. Luke Aitken says Hamilton saved Darren Young's season. The fact we didn't replace him and then ended up signing duds like Brown. Yeah. But, I mean, Michael there talking about, he's seen Tony and Darren firsthand, says that they're good coaches. So then do you put more on the players then for just not doing it on the pitch?
Nobody's doubting that Darren and Young and Tony are good coaches. I mean, you've got to look at the boys that have brought through, like Liam Newton. You know what I mean? It's clearly a good player and is improving all the time. They wouldn't be getting the players on loan if the bigger clubs aren't doing they'll be doing their due diligence to see who's going to get the most of the players. Boys like Jack Hamilton. That's why we're getting these guys on loans, because Dan and Young are good coaches and they're good at what they do. And there's you could be a great coach, but maybe is not. And I don't know. I'm just speculating. But is the management not there? I always feel like you should be a wee bit scared of your manager if you're a footballer. There should be that healthy respect. Is that there? There's so much to that. And look, Michael, if you're still listening, I totally get your comment about being a good coach. I don't dispute it. Look at what they did with Albion Rovers. Look what they're doing with under-20s. I totally get that. But this is the league, and we've got disappointed fans who are quite rightly peed off when we had the chance to make it into the top and we've thrown it away.
I would also add to that very quickly that I'm guessing Michael's probably not been coached at a top level for very long, and he's probably only been coached by Darren and Tony. That's not to say that that's the right method or the right thing. It'll be a huge step up for someone like him from getting coached as a 16-year-old with the development teams and stuff like that. It'll be a huge jump. Doesn't mean it's right. My worry with them is just completely overdoing it. It just seems over the top. Everything's too Premiership England.
We've got a very professional setup for a third-tier Scottish team, a lower third-tier Scottish team as it is now. Willie Christie also apologised for saying about not wanting to go up. He said he's just frustrated. Totally get that, Willie. Totally get that.
I mean, we're probably all going to look back at some things we've said.
I probably won't watch this back. I don't think.
I think it is heat of the moment. We've just got beat. Not only have we got beat, we've just watched. We thought we could rely on Cove, we didn't, and we missed it on top 5. I'm. My feeling at the moment is I was thinking like I'm be totally ambivalent if Dan and Tony go or they. I wouldn't be bothered if they stay. I'd be happy enough. I'll probably kind of change over the next day or two. I'll probably change that. I'll look at it. I'll be a bit more objective, and I'll think, no, they are good coaches. They've done a decent job. We've just kind of failed to take that step to overachieve, and in some senses, it's a little bit, it's a little bit unreasonable to say, if you don't overachieve, we will have judged you to have failed.
True. I mean, Luke Aitken says there's a big difference between a good manager and a good coach, and that's a very good point.
That's part of it, I think.
Michael, there absolutely is. But look, I keep banging on about it. We are where we are. I don't know. I mean, like as you say, I'll definitely not watch this back. I went on a 2-minute rant about 15 minutes ago, raging at everything because
my wife left for work at full time because she's working from home, but we live opposite where she works. She's just come back and she made a face like, "You're still on?"
But I was like, but it's because I freaking love East Fife. It means so much to me. It really does. And the thought of these next few games is killing me. But my thing is, like the Jack Hamilton thing, very quickly, nobody in the league would have replaced Jack Hamilton. He's gone up to the league above and scoring almost every week.
Well, he scored in the Premiership as well.
And you know what? He tried to. I mean, I know the Fash thing was only 3 or 4 games, but he's brought back a legend for 3 or 4 games. It's not quite
that could have worked out. You know, if
Yeah.
if Kelty had been rightfully told to fuck off and not get into their playoff, we could have had Fash for the whole season. Now, I know he only had 3 games, and to be honest, the second and third game, he was a bit poor. But if he'd had a little bit longer to kind of acclimatise, that might have made a difference.
Yeah.
You're talking about margins so small.
Yeah.
And that could have been
it. Gordon, but that's
2 goals.
Yeah, but that's exactly what we're trying to say here. So I'm going to summarise because I'm probably going to go to bed soon. We must only have like 2 people watching now.
22 still watching.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, wow.
All I'll say to those 22 is, guys, go to bed. Guys and girls, go to
bed. Probably folks just waiting to see which one of us melts down first.
But I'm going to go for a wee summary from my perspective.
Yeah, let's summarise and let's end this.
Okay.
End our torment. Smash that bottle.
Be very careful what you wish for. Look at clubs like Brechin, look at clubs like Cowden, who in very living memory we were playing against or we were playing below, leagues below. Things can happen that we could have a knee-jerk and get rid of the managers and bring in someone and it absolutely doesn't work. And next year's going to be tough. Queen's Park are going to be there. The likelihood is a Falkirk's going to be there, a Cove's going to be there. Airdrie's going to be. It's going to be very tough.
Yeah, next season potentially tougher.
Yeah,
Edinburgh City.
I'd be surprised if one of the teams from our league goes up with the schedule that's been happening compared to the Championship. Just let's take that moment and I remember I jokingly messaged you guys and said I'd done a 42 team list of where I think teams in Scotland should be based on everything. We are where we should be, and we could easily go lower than that, and we could maybe sneak a little higher than that. But the grand scheme of things are, we're roughly where we are. Now, I'm not suggesting for a second that I absolutely think Darren and Tony should stay on. I'm kind of a Gordon. At the moment, I'm like, if they went, okay, we'll try again with someone else. But we need to be careful what we wish for. So let's just take a breath. We're all really, really disappointed tonight. It's been a gut-wrenching, not necessarily from our point of view, but more from the Cove Montrose. And it's conspired against us, as it always seems to do. Wake up tomorrow and let's look forward to forget these next 4 games. We're not getting relegated. Don't be ridiculous. Just let's look forward to next season where we can go back to the ground. We can back the team, which we're terrible for at Bayview, and just let's try and enjoy football again.
Oh, imagine if there was these Fife fans in at Airdrie tonight with that performance.
But okay,
deservedly though. But yeah.
So basically, let's have a strong end to the season and look forward to next. But yeah, let's not get over the top with this.
Yeah. Can I make a quick point? So Montrose, we look at Montrose right now. Every one of us, everyone that you talked about Montrose will say, what a great team they are. What a fantastic manager Stuart Petrie is. Best manager in the lower leagues. We're 2 goals off them. If Montrose are this great side and Stuart Petrie is this great manager, there's a ball hair between us and them. So
fair.
Yeah. I think you could all literally see us just going. But
the anger.
I'm
just tired now.
You've only just been up. We've all got to get to our bed.
I've brought out 5 podcasts, edited Glory Days of Gold podcast, and this is my second live watch along in 8 days.
Well,
I'm sick of hearing me.
Get a proper job.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll go and then I'll let Gordon and Michael go. At risk of probably being attacked on social media, I would probably give Dan and Tony another year. I think that there's not going to be another manager that's going to come and take us any further. I think that if we had a full season, could we have had another run? I'm not wanting to use COVID as an excuse, but it's been there. I would say give them another year with a big squad refresh. In fact, you want to know what I would say? Give them 6 months from the start of next season. Give them, till January. See where we're at. We've got to be in and fighting. And if not, then that's the time to look elsewhere. But your point about Stuart Petrie there, Gordon, is bang on, absolutely bang on. 2 goals, and Stuart Petrie isn't as good as we think he is. Stuart Petrie's on an absolute fortune at Montrose as well. By the way, he's one of the best paid managers in the league. So I honestly don't know. And anybody wants to fill up the Glory Days inbox, who your suggestion would be to take us over, then I'm prepared to listen. But
get all your chats and comments in on Twitter at Glory Days of Gold, glorydaysofgold@gmail.com. We can just talk about that the next time we do a show and not an actual game. That'd be nice because I won't be watching them.
Don't say Kevin Smith.
I know.
I think
I'm just thinking that.
I think now it can't be though. Because it's got to be someone that's got a bit of a track record. Like if Darren and Tony go, the next person can't be an untried, untested thing because that's not taking us forward. It might bring a few new ideas, but it's too big a risk. It's got to be somebody, if they come in, that has done it in the lower leagues. No point bringing someone that's done it in the Premier League because it's like different thing.
Kevin Smith might make a great manager. He might make a great manager now. He might make a great manager in the future. But you don't know. It's just saying a name.
Yeah.
If people say, get Dan and Tony out and bring in Kevin Smith, it's just a kind of fantasy. It's just what they want to be true right now.
Yeah. He needs to be an assistant first and learn the ropes that way and be more hands-on. And then if we're successful, whoever's with us is likely then to move on, and then someone like Kevin then steps in. That's what you're kind of hoping for. Maybe it will be with Darren and Tony, who knows. I just want to finish off by saying, like Charles Simpson said, he's loved the watch along. It feels more like being at the game. It has. I know it hasn't gone the way that we wanted it.
Morning bastards.
Yeah.
It's like people sitting right behind you and you're like, oh, shut up. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I'll look at the stats. I don't know what the breakdown is, if it's going to show where people from what countries came. If anybody from Vancouver tuned in, I'd love to hear what they made of it, if they understood anything that we said to begin with. But if they were like, they're very passionate about their team, that's what I hope's come across, because that's what it is. There's no malice in any of the things that we're saying. It's just we're passionate. We miss being there. I hope to get over and see you guys in person at some point. I was aiming for the end of the year. I might be looking into next year now, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully next season, as you said, we're back in the stadiums. It's like they've opened up in the US and the UK is pretty much doing the same vaccination-wise. I know America's kind of batshit crazy. They've basically just opened up lots of stuff. But seeing the fans this weekend at those games, it made me so envious and just longing to be back moaning in person at a game.
Yeah, I cannot wait to be back. Like, I mean, even right now, even just after watching that, I mean, the thought of being back.
An away day.
Yeah.
I mean, literally moist McCoist.
Yeah.
Like when I come over, I think I'll try and time it for an away game so I can get an actual away trip as opposed to just going to Bayview.
I've said it before, I just want to go on a train, I want to open a tin with my East Fife scarf around my neck and just think this is great again. Genuinely. Yeah.
That's a night.
Don't overreact, people. Don't overreact. Look forward to going back to Bayview in a positive light as opposed to being negative, and let's appreciate the fact that we're able to do this again. And yeah, there's literally people who go to Bayview who generally I can't stand, who I'm looking forward to seeing.
I know. Yeah.
And they'll not think the same of me. And I've said before, I don't care. Just let's go and enjoy being at football grounds again and enjoy it.
And it could be worse. We could be Brecon City.
Yes. I just want to finish with some last quick comments here because the guys have taken their time to do it. Luke Aitken says, my personal opinion is to see them go for Darren and Tony. There's been good times, but if you want to go up, which the club clearly do, they have to try and get to a higher standard, and you have to change things when it's going wrong. IM Performance Analysis says East Fife have stability in League One. The alternative could easily be yo-yoing between 1 and 2, which again would be horrible as well. This season has been disappointing, but it hasn't been a normal season. Luke Aitken, just so gut-wrenching to be in this position. Stephen Robertson says, good job tonight, lads. Thanks for the stream. And Michael Dunzire again says, really good stream. Boy, it feels good to hear what other East Fife fans are thinking at this current moment. It's been a while hearing people talk about East Fife again. Well, you can tune in to our regular podcasts. I won't say weekly. I'm not going to make that commitment right now. I'll chat to Lee about that in the course of this week. I can do them, but I probably won't be watching the games. But I'm happy to come on and just chat to you guys because I've really enjoyed that this year.
Well, do you know what? Really good actually, Michael, is that we will watch some games.
I won't because I have to get up at 7.
Yeah, but like I've said I won't on Saturday, and I pretty much definitely will.
Do we know what the fixtures are now? Do we know? I'm getting excited about Saturday's game. I want to know.
Oh no, worry. Let's have a quick look. Let's try and see what we can find.
I'm getting excited about Saturday's game. Is the worst comment I've heard by a mile. I mean, I'm saying I'll watch it. I'm definitely excited about it.
I'm not really.
New people in your life. Come on.
It's not on the East Fife website yet. I'll try the Scottish League website.
What to do is come round to my garden because that's what we're allowed on Saturday. We'll get pished and we'll watch the game on a wee laptop in the garden and then do the podcast.
Cheers, I'll have to quarantine for 2 weeks first.
A live stream from the garden.
Get in there.
Hey, that'd be fun.
I'm actually working on Saturday. Back to retail. Woo! So yeah, I'm working on Saturday. So if I could get home in time, I'll be watching the game. If it's a home game, then I'll come on and do the show after it, and I'll try and even listen to it in the car.
Gordon, the great news there is that it sounds like we're going to give the listeners what they've actually always wanted: is a show hosted by me and you.
Yes.
Just us, yeah.
I'll set it up. It worked well last week. I really enjoyed
hashtag the Doug and Gordon show. You know, we're just trying to give them what they want.
I was saying to the guys here when we were doing our show on Sunday, I really enjoyed editing your show last weekend because I actually got to listen to an East Fife podcast that had nothing to do with me. I didn't know what was coming up, so I got to just listen to it fresh, and I really enjoyed it. That's my way of saying, Lee, you don't need me. I'm just going to just back off a little.
Yeah. I mean, home games, I'll probably watch the home games because why not? I've already paid for them. But
yeah, that's true.
Right now, the thought of paying, £12.50 to watch the Forfar Pixelot spasming with no commentators.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not paying for any away games.
No.
Nah.
Well, I mean, let's just end this. Because we've been 3 hours, and just you guys won't know this, but when we end the stream, it ends. So it's like we won't be able to say goodbye. So I just want to thank everyone that tuned in tonight. We had over 100 folk in and out at various points. So hope you've enjoyed it. Let us know what you thought. Thanks so much to you guys for giving up your time as well. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks to Phil for joining as well, having real star power on the show. Apart from myself for once. So, I mean, that's always good to have. Not sure who's the better singer-songwriter. I still like my rap, but we'll see. But no, thanks so much. We're down. We're pissed off. That's what being a football fan's about. That's one of the big things I've been saying about the Super League. It's like, to be a football fan, because I'm going off on a tangent. I'm sorry, right? There's been a lot of folk over here that are for the Super League. And it's for like the Asian and the North American market, I feel, because you're watching the games, you're not at the games. But to be a football fan, especially of a club like East Fife, it's about a family, a community, getting to the games week in, week out when you can. A Super League is basically just a made-for-TV league. We've got something special at East Fife. The reason we get so upset is because it means so much to us, and I'd rather have that than a team that's playing like Real and Barca every week, but you can't actually get to the games. That's just me.
Well said.
100%.
So we'll end it here, guys. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll be chatting during the week. I might see it the weekend. I'll see how I feel. Take care, everyone. And